305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
Lando, a.k.a. the Big O. He covers all the South Florida teams.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Dolphins to the heat, well, you know what I mean. Monday to Friday, lollipop blow in the...
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Show O's on the radio, the top's where we gonna go, Andy, that's the way we roll.
Folks, you can support the hardest working sports talk show in South Florida through Cash App or Venmo. Just search Cash Big O Show. Support us through Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. We thank you for your incredible support.
On the morning show, Big O, no one has a similar show. Talk sports, talk plays, talk...
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Canesware at Miami Fanware in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Canesware, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Live and direct, because nobody do it better than Big O in the set. From sunrise, listen live.
When you're ready to purchase a new home or refinance the one you have, American Dream Lending will make sure your loan experience is easy with fast approvals and quick closings. With many loan programs and competitive rates, now is the time to turn your dreams into reality. Ask about special financing for veterans. They never charge an application fee, and you will work directly with one of their experienced loan professionals. Stop dreaming and contact American Dream Lending today. 786-802-1727 or online at adreamlending.com. South Florida's premier law enforcement agency is now hiring individuals like you. The Fort Lauderdale Police Department is now accepting applications for non-certified and certified police officer positions. Minimum requirements and qualifications can be found at flpdjobs.com. That's flpdjobs.com. Are you ready? The city of Fort Lauderdale is an equal opportunity employer.
Great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed. They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them.
With Sloman's, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation.
Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by Canesware. Go to Canesware.com, where all orders over $99 get free shipping. Sloman's Total Home Security. Protect your home with the best in the business. 1-800-ALARM-ME for the company serving America for nearly 100 years. 1-800-ALARM-ME. Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com. Licensed roofing contractor. 100% financing is available. Go to Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com.
The Big O Radio Show originates from the OK Coin Studios. Invest a little time and save big. Just set the recurring buy and pay, zero transaction fee after your first purchase. The Big O Radio Show is mastered by executive producer Sean Stanley from the OK Coin Studios. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Hey, welcome aboard. Yes, sir. We made it, baby. We are in New York. Well, actually, we're in Hicksville. All right. So just make sure we're in Long Island, and we are here at the Sloman's headquarters as promised. Yeah, baby. We're here to protect them. I had to pay them back because they're protecting every day my family, my dogs, all that stuff. I said, me and Sean are going to come out here, and we're going to protect you guys a little bit for 2 days. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to be out here having some fun. We'll be rocking and rolling. How you feel, Sean? You feel all right? Did you struggle in your first class seat?
I did.
You did, huh?
Yes. Not enough turkey sandwiches.
Not enough, right?
Not enough
exactly.
turkey sandwiches.
Turkey. What else did you have on the plane? Because I thought it was like a buffet that you were having.
Why do you have
plane.
to call me out like that?
I'm just saying it was just one of those things. You were going to town.
They said I had the choice of the 5 sandwiches. I just said bring one of each, and that's what I had.
More than 5.
Oh,
okay. Second
turkey's pretty good.
Okay, all right. It was good. So a happy Sean is a
Very
happy
happy
show. You know what I mean? Like happy wife, happy life, happy Sean, happy show. So he's got the food, the
over
hotel.
king size bed. Oh,
yes.
beautiful.
Yes. It was beautiful, huh?
Yes.
There you go.
So
All
nice
right.
to lounge out.
I know, I'm telling you. So it's nice. We're out here at Sloman's Shield. We are at the headquarters in Hicksville. Jordan is kind enough now to join us here, of course, part of the Salzman family and owners of Sloman Shield. It's a family business, which, by the way, these are my favorite things about it, okay? I like that it's a family-oriented business. The Beasley Broadcast Group, Jordan, is my favorite radio company that I've worked for because I used to be able to walk over and talk to Bruce Beasley or anybody, any of the owners and, sons and daughters and all. And there was always someone there and you can get a quick answer, good or bad, but you can get a quick answer, which is a beautiful thing. How you doing, Jordan? I'm doing good. All right, we got to get you up by the mic there. There we go.
Better?
There we go. Get a little closer. There we go. All right. So so talk to us a little bit about Sloman's, man. It's a great company. And I got to tell you, first of all, on behalf of Sean and myself and my family and my dogs, thank you, man, because I think we're building a really nice partnership.
Yes, absolutely. I think that Sloman's has been around a long time, and we're a service company, so the number one thing we do is care about our customers. Obviously we also care about sports, which is why we're here today. But yes, I think customers are our number one priority, and we try to do the best job for each individual customer, and that's how all of our Sloman's employees operate. We're all family. Everybody who works for Sloman's is employed by Sloman's. We don't have any third-party employers. We are 100% Sloman's people. And that's something we really pride ourselves on because, like you say, it's our job to protect you. We are completely confident that everybody who you talk to, like you said, when you can get somebody on the phone, you can get somebody on the phone here. When you call in 1-800-ALARM-ME, get your Sloman Shield to get it, or when you call into customer service, these are all Sloman's people that are trained and well known by everybody here, and we are here to protect you and help you.
Take a breath. Relax. He is nervous. I can tell, Jordan. Relax, bro.
It's the morning.
It's the morning.
We gotta get going. We gotta open up.
You know what I love is that Zach and Chris just threw you completely under the bus. You walk. No, you're on the mic. I'm not doing this.
It's okay.
You're doing this. I'm not doing this.
I'm the guy. They're like, all right, we have something that needs to get done. Here, you do it.
Exactly. Because, see, you're the guy that played basketball. You're the guy that shot the clutch shot. You see what I mean? Chris just went to visit you out there and hang out, and you know what I'm saying?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to watch and tell somebody, hey, this is what should happen, or why didn't that happen? It's like, if I would have really liked the shot to go in too, or I would have liked this to go in and get done the way I would like it to get done, but it doesn't always happen that way. But yes, being a spectator is sometimes a little bit easier.
Well, I got to tell you, we have a lot of people that watch the show, and they are Miami Dolphin fans, obviously. Well, the Sloman's family is a Miami Dolphins family.
100%. We are a Miami Dolphins family.
So how in the world did you all become is it Dad that brought it on everybody else, or how did it happen?
It's Dad that brought it on. I feel like the story changes a lot, but I think it was a Dan Marino fan base or excitement that got him going, and then ever since then I think we've been Dolphin fans. And honestly, the Giants have had 2 Super Bowls around here, but there's not many good options around here in terms of football. So you got South Florida, which is beautiful weather and palm trees. So if they lose, at least you're in Florida.
Right. There you go. So see, if you're a Dolphins fan, you've got to be a Sloman's fan, because the Dolphins are the number one team for the Sloman's family.
Absolutely.
So for all of you Dolphin fans out there, you better get out there. 1-800-ALARM-ME, 1-800-ALARM-ME. Remember, the link is below. So protect your family the way we do with Sloman. So what's your favorite Dolphin of all time?
Favorite Dolphin of all time.
You're young, so it really can't be Marino, right? It's probably like a Jason Taylor,
yes,
Zach Thomas.
But the reason I like Marino is because I have a Marino jersey, and at least that's always valid. Because I can't tell you how many Dolphin jerseys I have in my closet, and once I get one, they get traded. I'm telling you, I'm probably not the only one listening that's got 35 jerseys.
Yes. I'm sure there are guys walking around with Ricky Williams jerseys, and they're like, he's here today, he's gone tomorrow. It's funny because I used to joke about the Marlins like that, because I used to tell Marlins fans all the time, I say, buy all of your Marlins jerseys with Velcro on the back. So that way you could just tear off the name and put a new name on there every time. You know what I mean? Our Dolphins have kind of become that way too.
Yeah.
It's been kind of rough.
I think you do the custom jerseys where you put your own last name on the back. That's a safe bet too.
Yeah. You can't lose with that one. Can't lose with that one. So who is it is Marino?
It's a really I'm not going to lie. Jalen Waddle is rising quickly.
Oh yeah.
He is rising quickly on my,
did you see what the head coach said 2 days ago?
He says that he's all ready to turn him into a bigger star than he already is.
He says start him in fantasy, he said. So that's it. Start him in fantasy.
I started him for a good amount this year, and he was beneficial as well.
Yeah, that's right. PPR, bro. He was a monster this year in PPR.
He gets open. When they let Tua air the ball out, he's right there already.
I think we got 3 incredible impact players in this past draft, because I think Phillips, Holland, and Waddle are going to be awesome.
I think the thing about Holland was you just saw him all over every time there was a big play, you just saw his number. Like, you saw his number, and it was just like, this guy makes plays. There's some people that just make plays in all sports, and he's just one of them that just seemed to always be at the spot where something good happened.
Yeah, the natural instincts, those are things you cannot teach. And it just seems like Holland has those natural instincts, man.
Yeah.
So do you guys get together for Dolphin games to watch them?
Oh yeah. I mean, we're a pretty tight knit family, so
Obviously, I mean, you're all here working, so
well,
yeah.
yes, when you
which is
work with
pretty
your
cool.
family, there's pros and cons.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
But we're a tight knit family, and that's everybody at Sloman's. This is one big family here. Everybody that works here, it's not just the Salzman family. Or the Salzman family is the Sloman family. Through generations, obviously, the name changed a little bit, but we are one big family here. Everyone that works here, we hope feels that way as well, because we try to operate as we're one big group. I think that's how we stay so connected, and I think that's how this company operates so well, because everybody's on the same page and everybody cares about each individual customer, and it goes all the way to the top. So everyone that comes to the Sloman family or is a part of the Sloman family is a customer.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stay a little closer to the mics. That way it doesn't fade out. And I got to tell you, here's where I got to thank, whether it's Chris, whether it's Zach, whether it's you, whether it's Carol. I just got to thank all of you, because you've made us like right away feel like family. And that's really, really cool. Like Chris had zero hesitation about making this happen, which is pretty impressive. You know what I'm saying?
We like to make things happen.
Yeah, man. It's pretty cool.
That's the thing about being a family business. We can actually make things happen pretty quickly. We change to environment very quickly as well. So Sloman's is always ready to be active.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you. So you satisfied with the coach? You like this new coach?
You know what? I am, because I think it's refreshing after this last tenure to have an offensive-minded guy. I think that I think everybody that watches the NFL feels that offense is dominant. It's almost all sports now that a creative offense seems to really be something that's taking over the league by storm. And if this guy can come in and make that difference for the Dolphins, which is also where our biggest lacking was last year. So obviously we're going to lose our defensive coach. Hopefully we can keep some of those principles, but then bring on this offensive genius, which is what they're calling him I think it's what Debo called him. And if that's the case, then the Dolphins should be in for a big upgrade.
Yeah, for me, I'm excited for Tua, because all I've said is I want Tua to have what Kirk Cousins has, what Ryan Tannehill has, what Winston and Taysom Hill have in New Orleans.
Well, Ryan Tannehill has Derrick Henry. I don't know if we're going to put that back
what I'm
there.
saying is give him something.
The offensive mind.
Dude, I'll take Foreman the way he was running. Okay? My point is give him some balance like those other teams have, like what Matt Stafford had, on Sunday, that he had balance. He had a team that could play defense and run the ball, and then all he has to do is his job. I don't want to, it's great to have Marino, but Marino also needed the running game and needed the defense, and he didn't win jack crap because he didn't have that. Exactly. Yeah. So that's where I'm excited, because I want to see Tua finally get the opportunity that he deserves. So that way we can all find out, and then the argument can end already, okay? Whether you think he can or he can't, but at least if he gets a fair shot, we can all say, okay, well, now we know, now we have the answer. I think he'll thrive in a real offense, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think in all sports, I think everyone will realize that the number one thing you can get is an opportunity. I have a lot of friends that are that play basketball all over the world, or professionally in the NBA, or people in junior college, or people in college. And the one thing that gets people to go forward or backwards is an opportunity. So for Tua, I think getting an opportunity is all he probably wants.
Yeah. Let's hope so, man. Let's hope so. And let's hope he also uses Slo-min shield too. He's going to need that. He's going to need that. That's for sure. All right, Jordan, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you taking some time. Thank you for inviting us here and really rolling out the red carpet in a big-time way. That's very kind of you, man.
Thanks for coming. We are really looking forward to seeing you and hearing what you have to say. And
looking forward to dinner tonight, man. We're going to have some fun tonight.
Absolutely. Get all the Dolphins scoop that we've been waiting for.
Yes. We'll talk all kinds of Dolphins scoops. That'll be fun.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate you, my brother. All right. Good stuff. So we're out here at Sloman's, and it is in Hicksville, Long Island. Come on. Remember, 1-800-ALARM-ME, man. You got to call Sloman's to protect your family and your business. 1-800-ALARM-ME. Listen, This is the kind of company they are. They support our show in a big time way. Obviously, the Inside the Paint program too. On top of all of that, and they're protecting our family. They can protect yours. And I'm telling you, call them 1-800-ALARM-ME, 1-800-ALARM-ME. Plus, they're Miami Dolphin fans. The entire family suffers with us. But hey, man, they're loyal too. That's the beauty of us Dolphin fans. It proves that we are real fans. Okay? Because year after year, we're here. Yeah, I mean, the excitement's already started for Mike McDaniel. That tells you how we feel about our team. You know what I mean? We're willing to kind of, all right, the year didn't go well. It wasn't what we wanted. We reset, we move forward, and now it looks like there's some method behind the madness. And so, I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited already about the upcoming Dolphin season. I am really intrigued to see what Mike McDaniel can do. And yesterday, with the news and the addition of Sam Madison as a defensive backs coach and a pass game specialist, I thought that was really cool. Last 3 years, he's been coaching the DBs in Kansas City. So that's actually really nice. He also hired Chandler Henley, who is a Falcons assistant QB coach. He was also an assistant O-line coach in Atlanta in 2001. And from 18 to 20, he was a quality control coach with the Titans. He was also a teammate of McDaniel at Yale. So that's where the connection with Chandler Henley. And let me tell you something. Notice what's been going on. One of the things he talked about is relationships. And with the Applebaum thing, he went to school with the head coach. So he knew the head coach really well from Boston College, and he gave him a ringing endorsement for Applebaum. In order for you to bring in a bevel, you have to be able to be respected in a way where they can trust you. And you start to look at all of these situations, the guys that he brought with him from San Francisco. It looks like this guy is truly a relationship guy. And for me, I got to tell you, I think he's putting together a pretty good staff overall. And I love that you've been able to keep most of the defensive staff together and the special teams staff together too. So you have that continuity. You got to fix the offense. And I love that they are focused big time in this offense. And I think they're getting the coaches that they need to get the offensive line going, to get the quarterbacks going, to get that running game going, to get the balance that I just talked about with Jordan. That's all I want for Tua. You get balance like what he had in Alabama, and he'll be just fine. But he's got to have all the chess pieces in order to actually go out there and have some success. He cannot go out there and not have all the pieces and not have the coach on the sidelines that knows how to design plays. And again, I don't know how many of you were able to watch that video that I told you about yesterday. What's it called? Brian Baldinger did of Mike McDaniel. And I'm sure if you watched it, it blew you away how intelligent the play calling from Mike McDaniel is and how he sets teams up and fools players into. And here's the thing about this. If you noticed a lot of that, the intelligence behind the play calling allowed the players to, I'm not going to say easily execute because that's a little bit disrespectful, because at the NFL level, there's nothing easy at the highest level of anything, right? There's nothing easy about being Slomans. You're a great company for a reason. It's family oriented. It's been around for a long time. It's time tested. It's got quality through and through from one customer to another. That's how you become great, right? Same thing here. And so you got to be able to manage all of this kind of stuff. And I got to tell you, I really like what I'm seeing from the Miami Dolphins and the way they're putting everything together. And hopefully the Dolphins can be as successful as Sloman's. Let's put it that way. If they do that, then maybe we'll be in Arizona celebrating a title. It would be really, really nice if they're able to do something like that. Let me see what we got here. Don't forget to smash the like button, by the way. Okay, very important for you to smash the like button. Steve Chapman says, welcome to the Northeast. You lucked out. It's 30 degrees warmer than it was yesterday. Now, I spoke to Mother Nature. I told her, hey, listen, none of this nor'easter crap, okay? No. This stuff ain't going to fly, bro. No, get out of here. No snow, no nothing. And there you go. It wasn't even cold last night. What was last night? 50s something?
No, it's 41.
41. It's nothing.
I mean, this is tank top weather.
Give me a break. Nothing.
Yeah, it's tank top weather, buddy.
Nothing. Hope you had a nice flight. No belligerent anti-mask wackos. No. We had a nice flight, nice comfortable flight.
We had little ones on the flight, and it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't. There was a couple of cries,
outbursts and things, but nothing crazy.
No, nothing. No, it wasn't that annoying kid.
No.
That goes on for 2 hours.
But also, the parents were like, "Shh."
Yeah.
You know, they were making sure it wasn't getting out of control. Yeah. So it was
then
good.
again, we're in the second row of the plane. Yeah. So it's just when you're in the middle of the plane, then you can get like everything.
It's always good when you can tap the pilot on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, how much longer?
Yeah,
how much longer we got?"
Exactly.
Okay,
yo, are we there yet?
Yeah.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? You know. That's what we were doing. We would open the door. We're all counting on you. And then we'd close it. That's it. You know? Sam, the man Madison, to our coaching staff. I love it. McDaniel's building a staff right so far. Yes, sir. And don't forget, smash the like button. Lisa Rose says, good morning, Big O and Sean. Welcome to New York. I ordered some good spring-like weather for you guys. I wish I could have made it down to the island to meet you next time. Well, I hope we do meet next time. I hope maybe Vegas. Go out to Vegas. Anthony Davis is as soft as cotton, freaking candy. Yes, he is.
Oh.
We'll get into that also on the show. We got plenty of time. Ospina, have you twisted pretzel your ankle before it hurts? Huh? Oh, you guys are talking to each other. Okay. I'm like, what the hell is that? Let's see what else. Paul's in there to extreme. Ian from Brooklyn. Sneak Attack 305. Gus 1388. Thomas Jensen. Jay Ospina. King Short. Katie Shack. Bob B. John Florino. Welcome to Little. You would be amazed how many Dolphin fans are here. I mean, I know there's a lot of Dolphin fans here, and hopefully we'll see a lot of you tomorrow over at Slattery's, okay, in the city. Welcome to the Northeast, Big O and Sean. Christopher Henry says, Sam Madison, boys. Andrea Roscoe, Caddy Shack. The Slomans install security systems in Iowa. I got to ask, they're in 14 markets. I don't think they're in Iowa. I'm going to...
I'll ask when they come in since you're on the show. Once I see them, I'll ask.
Yeah. We just were told about certain states they're going to. Can't say. I've been sworn to secrecy. But I don't know if they're in Iowa. I don't think they are. Let me... I'll check when they come by here and they stop by here. Let me see. Here we go. That's Chris. You guys aren't in Iowa yet, right? Not currently, they're not servicing Iowa, but soon, sir, we will be in Iowa and we will protect you. Okay? Because we know that whoever's in Iowa now cannot protect you like Sloman's. Okay? And by the way, you know, I have that owl on top of my roof to kind of scare the birds off. You know, we came up with a new thing on the show now, Jordan. I want you to know, okay? A lot of people put owls on top of their roofs to kind of scare away the birds so they're not crapping all over your roof. You know that, right? I say we get the Sloman Shield guy. I put him on top of my roof. That'll scare every bird in sight. No shot. That's it. Muscles and everything. I mean, that guy crushes Mr. Clean. I think, right? Isn't that a great idea? We all put the Slomans. What's his name again? Is it, what was it? Alarmo. We put Alarmo on top of our roofs, and that's it. We don't even, instead of the Sloman Shield thing that we put in our yards, we put Alarmo on top of our roofs, and that's it. That's it. I'm telling you, man.
The cutout downstairs where you walk in.
Right. That was scary already as it is. I didn't even make eye contact.
No. I went right to the elevator. Once we got met up, we went right to the elevator and we're upstairs.
I was like that. I was thinking.
I'm messing with Alarmo.
I'm not messing with Alarmo, bro. I mean, that guy's scary, dude. I saw Mr. Clean get his autograph. I don't know if you saw that, but I watched Mr. Clean walk up to Alarmo and say, "I want to be you one day."
Yeah, there's muscles places I don't even have.
Yeah, that guy's impressive. So there you go. So that's what we've got to do. We've got to get Alarmo on top of all of our houses. So we will be in Iowa, sir, soon. Okay, we will be all over the country. Relax. We'll get to you. Hang in there. Maybe what you could do is move to one of our markets and then order Sloman's. There you go. Move to South Florida. You're in Iowa freezing your ass off. What are you doing? Come to South Florida, order Sloman's, enjoy the sun. It's a beautiful thing. Come on, get out of Iowa. I solved your problem. You'll get Sloman's and sun by going to South Florida. And Dolphins games. Jordan's always quick on the Dolphins game. See? He knows where it's at. Dolphins, baby. That's what it's all about. Leon Fresco, thank you. He said, thoughts on Loretta Lynch criticism repping the NFL. Brother, they can get anybody they want to defend them if they think. This is what I want to know is, okay, Flo went and got his friends. Okay? The NFL is not about friends. They're going to go out and get someone to kick your ass. So I hope Flo understands that his buddies at Boston College may not be the guys you really wanted to go to war with here. So I'm just saying, he better have. I got to say this as a Dolphins fan. I hope Flo's lying. I don't want him to have proof. Some of you out there are so on this. Oh, we'll get rid of Stephen Ross. No, dude. Not only do you get rid of Stephen Ross, but then they start to penalize the Dolphins and they take away picks. I don't need that, dude. I've had enough grief as it is as a Dolphins fan for the last 25 years. I know Stephen Ross is close to retiring as it is. I don't need him to get busted and then the Dolphins lose picks. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he's going to get busted and he's got to pay a fine or lose the team and the Dolphins don't lose any picks, then I'm good. But if the team's going to get penalized, I'm sorry. I'm fine with Ross getting away with this. And he said, or I was joking or whatever. But the last thing that the team needs to do is suffer. Or the fans. We've done enough of that. Okay? I don't know about you. You done enough suffering, Jordan? Okay, see, there you go. See, he said we're ready to see some playoffs. That's exactly it. All right, we are ready for Ira Winderman. Let's talk a little Miami Heat basketball. They're back in action tonight. Ira, of course, does an excellent job covering the Miami Heat for the South Florida Sun-Sentinel. And he's always on with us throughout the week with our Acura Pembroke Pines, Miami Heat, and NBA report. And we will talk about something in the NBA that is soft as Charmin. We'll do that next.
Heat fans, time for the best insight of your favorite team with insider Ira Winderman, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. It's the Acura of Pembroke Pines, Miami Heat, and NBA report. Here's Ira Winderman.
All right, we are back, and so is that man right there, Ira Winderman. Look at that. He's always ready to rock, always healthy enough to play his game every single night.
Here we go. Drop it on me, Big O.
Soft and getting all twisted up like Anthony Davis. What the hell is going on with Anthony Davis? I mean, can anybody be, what is he, made of silly putty? What's going on with Anthony Davis?
You know what? I don't know if he just has weak ankles or something like that. And I know we even deal with that with Jimmy Butler here to a degree, refusing to tape his ankles. So, players have their own issues. But I agree, Big O. And I've said all season, for everyone bemoaning the Lakers and how they don't have enough, I would think that any team that has Anthony Davis and LeBron James playing his best offensive basketball in a decade should have enough. But it's always something with the Lakers. And I tweeted this out last night. How much longer do we have to continue to watch the Knicks and Lakers every night on national coverage when there are so many compelling teams? I got to tell you, last night I watched, while I was watching the Panthers, of course, I watched the Bulls play the Kings. I love the Kings remix. They have now Domantas Sabonis. They have, Dante DiVincenzo they picked up from the Bucks. They're fun. Then I watched the end of a game where Justice Winslow bricked a free throw, but made the second one as Portland pulled off their victory, and they looked very good in that game. So, there's plenty to watch. The fact is that we keep getting these Knicks games and these Lakers games. There's a whole country beyond those two teams that are playing really good basketball right now. The Lakers are a difficult view. I know they pulled it out last night, but man, that is not a fun team to watch.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's funny you mentioned the Knicks because Jordan is sitting next to me, and he's, of course, part of the family that owns Sloman's, and he was like, man, I was at that Knicks game last night and then the other night too, and he's just like shaking his head because
it's like they need their own Sloman's home shield or something to protect them from the incoming embarrassment there. Because you know what? If they had a security camera, someone would have called someone in when that lead was frittering away, but I've seen it all year with the Knicks. I mean, this is not the first time. The other day, Tom Thibodeau tries to call a coach's challenge, and the referee has to tell him, you only get one per game, but you did just lose your last time out. So you know what? When it goes to crap in New York, it goes to crap in a hurry. Just when they think they've turned the corner, not even close. And you know what? This whole thing, you saw this last season, Big O. Julius Randle, the second coming, and there was one of the talk show hosts from New York, I think Brandon Tierney, saying, oh, he's better than Chris Bosh. No, folks, and no Knicks fans, it takes more than one breakthrough season for consistency. The Knicks have not had consistency, I don't know, since like Reed, DeBusschere, Bradley, Frazier, and Barnett.
Yeah, no, and listen, even Bosh at least used to take Toronto by himself to the playoffs, okay? That's something that Julius Randle never did in his life. So
I mean, maybe last year you can make an argument that he did something for the Knicks in that first round series against Atlanta.
But last year, but just because Randle had a good year, you don't compare him to Bosh. That was bad by Brandon. I know Brandon, and I will bust his balls the next time I see him about that. There's no doubt about that. Now, Thibodeau, has he fooled us? Is that what it is? Because he's the blue collar, get you to work hard and effort and all that. But when it comes to, you and I, you cover, Spo every day. I've covered Spo, but I've get to watch him every day. So I see the intelligence, the IQ, how he can out-coach you at times. I don't think I can ever say that about Tom Thibodeau. We always talk about toughness and energy and out-hustle. We really never talk about scheme and out-coaching and all that. Has Tom Thibodeau kind of pulled the wool over most of our eyes on this? Because that's how I feel now after watching him through the Knicks.
I think Tibbs is the kind of coach, when he has talent in place, he's very good with it. But if you don't give him enough, we've seen it. He plays his guys big minutes. He wants a very tight core. You can have a very tight core when you can identify these 3, these 4, these 5 are going to get me where I want to go. You can't find even 3 on the Knicks right now. I mean, look what he's waiting for. He's waiting for the first game after the All-Star break, a week from tomorrow when the Heat visit Madison Square Garden, so we can get Derrick Rose back. In 2022, if you're building your hope on getting Derrick Rose, I think he turned 40 sometimes recently. I mean, that's where he stands. He's all about the veterans. The veterans haven't come through. He's still playing his older players, and that's where you wind up with talent. When he was in Chicago and he had Butler and he had Joakim Noah and he had Derrick Rose there and the talent there, he was fine. But the Knicks front office have done him no favors either. Now, RJ Barrett has been a keeper. He's been very good. But then they whiffed on Kevin Knox and they've whiffed on other picks. That's what happens. And unlike the Heat, maybe outside of Mitchell Robinson, they really haven't found those other guys to pick up the slack when you do miss on a first rounder.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Now, on the Lakers side, LeBron got his titles here.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about this now. Everything went his way in the bubble where Miami got those injuries. And we all, we're all going to sit there with Riley going, what if,
Right.
Bam doesn't get injured? And what if Goran doesn't get injured in that series? Do they have a shot? And then we think about the other championship he has against Golden State, that there was a suspension.
Right.
And if it isn't for those breaks in those series, we're still talking about just the 2 titles in Miami. So we see what's going on now with the Lakers. It's almost like the extra 2 titles, he needed certain breaks in order for them to happen. Outside of that, it doesn't look like it's happening for him.
You know what? And a lot of people have come around to this thought of, if he would have stayed with the Heat, he would have also had Title III, plus
Yes.
Title IV, plus Title V. But I'm actually going to sort of snap back on that for this reason. Every person has a right to do what they want to do, how they want to do it.
Yeah.
Everyone on the outside looks at these stars and says the only or the most important thing for them is championships. Maybe it's not. Maybe LeBron wanted to grow as a person. Maybe he wanted to grow as an entrepreneur. Maybe he wanted to grow on the production side of it also. So yes, LeBron James arguably could have won more championships if he stayed in Miami. We're all projecting on LeBron. The most important thing for LeBron is catching MJ. I don't think that's the case. I think for LeBron, the most important thing for him was him becoming his own industry, him becoming his own billionaire, him sort of becoming his own Dr. Dre, him sort of becoming his own, moving from the entertainment view to the entrepreneurial view. So where he stands right now, I think he's content in that. And I think what we all did is overstated the meaning of championships to him. There are some, I believe MJ here in Charlotte, the owner of the Hornets, Kobe Bryant, who were only obsessed or mostly obsessed beyond family with championships. I don't think that LeBron is that person. I think we all project that onto LeBron, and I think that might be mistaken.
So it really is crazy. All right, Hornets and Heat tonight. We got some injuries. We got Hero out. We got Deadman out. What are you hearing about Caleb and Butler?
I would think Jimmy's going to play. Look, I think part of this also is the All-Star game is in Cleveland on Sunday, and it's great to get, you know what this reminds me of the All-Star game, Big O? The Pro Bowl. Everyone wants to get named to the Pro Bowl. Everyone gets angry when they're not selected, but no one wants to play in the Pro Bowl. I think this year's NBA All-Star game is the same thing. I think this shoulder injury, of which I do not know where it came from with Jimmy, is sort of his wild card in case he decides, you know what, Cleveland or Aruba, and then makes a decision. I think he plays tonight.
I'm all for Aruba with Jimmy, with the mileage he has. Yes. And unlike AD, this tough sumbitch will play through a lot of these injuries. You know what I mean? So that's what I worry more about Jimmy in that sense. You almost have to sometimes protect Jimmy from Jimmy. You don't have to worry about Anthony Davis because he's certainly going to protect himself from himself. That's for sure.
And I agree with that. And you know what's crazy about Caleb Martin? He has the sore Achilles. His brother Cody Martin is out of tonight's game because of a sore Achilles. You talk about a pair of lookalikes. Everything's the same. For the old people out there, it's like the Patty Duke show. They walk alike, they talk alike. They're just literally two of a kind. I think Caleb tries to play because that's who he is. This is a big game. You want to go into the All-Star game a week off. They don't play until a week from Friday, like I said, in New York, on an upbeat note. They came here to Charlotte a little over 2 weeks ago. They took care of the Hornets. I think if they do again today, they will finish the first half of the season in first place in the East by tiebreaker over the Bulls. How ironic, Big O, would it be if they're in second place? So Spoelstra is forced to coach the All-Star game because at Sunday's cutoff, they were at first place, but now he goes to the All-Star game coach of the second place Heat. So I think this is more than just one of 82 for the Heat. They want to end the first half of the schedule on a good note.
By the way, I thought you were going to go with the double mint commercial for the Martins there.
Yeah, we're both getting pretty old there. Yeah.
Yes, I know. Oladipo practicing with the G League, and he's playing with the G League, right? Not just practicing, is it right?
No, he's not going to play in games up there. There are certain rules. If you have more than 3 years experience in the NBA, you don't have to play G League games if you don't want. So he's up there getting 5-on-5 practice, going against Mario Chalmers, Chandler Hutchison. They have some NBA veterans there. Just getting the court work he couldn't get here because the Heat never practiced. They've gone 2 weeks without a practice. They're not going to practice again until a week from today. He wanted to get the work in. It's really interesting. When anything happens with Victor Oladipo, the first thing we are told is, don't read too much into this. Right. And on that, I'm calling BS because you do not fly 1,600 miles to South Dakota in the dead of winter unless it's not a meaningful moment in your recovery. Yeah. I think there's a very good chance that if not Friday, a week from tomorrow in New York, it'll be part of a back-to-back. Wow. They play at home that Saturday against San Antonio. We see Victor Oladipo, and then we will be filling our Acura of Pembroke Pines reports and our Sloman Home Security Weekly Inside the Paint with nothing but Victor Oladipo talk, because I think the moment is coming, or as you would say, winter is coming.
I thought you were going to say a few more weeks, because my idea is when I heard this, I go, okay, they want him to go practice and see the soreness the next day, heal up, get ready, play again, practice again, soreness, practice again. See how the body, reacts to getting beat up in multiple physical practices.
And they'll know that this weekend.
Yeah. So, but that's the difference between you and me. I thought they would let it play out for a couple of weeks since you can slow walk this thing. There's no hurry to bring back Depot right now. Really, I just want him to play a couple of weeks before the regular season and then let him go.
See, now here's the deal. You're the half-empty guy. You're the guy who buys the home security camera but no alarm system and watches someone take your stuff.
No,
I'm the guy who also has it monitored.
I get Slomans.
I'm the guy who also has it monitored, so the police are called right away and taken care of. Come on, Big O, get with the game. So I'm going to be a little more glass half full there. You know what? This is a long way to go, Big O, to still be in holding pattern. And what's interesting is the contrast to Markieff Morris, who didn't go. There was a flight there. The Heat sent their trainer, assistant trainer Brandon Gilliam there. So there would have been Heat staffers. So that story has a little more to be told there. Instead, he's working out with Stan Remy in Miami, playing with Goran Dragic a little. It's a little different story. It's very interesting how the Heat are playing it between the two of them. If we were to make a bet and you were to ask me who's to come back first, I clearly now would go with Oladipo over Markieff Morris.
All right. So, by the way, Goran, what's going on with Goran? Are the Heat going after Goran? They have one spot, don't they?
Well, I know we're on a podcast, so people might be listening to this later. 6 o'clock on Thursday, he clears waivers. I think he'll be signed pretty quickly. I think the Bucks are interested. I think the Warriors are interested. The Lakers are very interested. I don't know why Goran would be interested.
Yeah.
Two more teams to keep in mind. The Celtics traded away Dennis Schroeder. Makes sense there in Boston. And even when you look at Brooklyn right now, yes, they have Ben Simmons, they have Kyrie, but they could use one more veteran, especially for home games, if Kyrie continues that he can't play at home. So Goran has a lot of choices, or he could say, you know what? It's nice and warm and sunny. I'm already down here in South Florida. You never know. If we were to do the odds, I wouldn't put the Heat as any better than, say, the 5th or 6th choice.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. I thought the Heat would be one of the top 2 or 3 choices.
I think Goran knows the game. Again, I'll play this little game with you. If we're going with the starting lineup,
by the way, he is old enough to join the Lakers.
Yes, exactly. He as long as you have your AARP card, you're fine. Right. So exactly. And I think their team dinners are scheduled for 4:30, so that'll be good with him also, at his age. But again, Big O, you look at this Heat starting lineup: Adebayo, Tucker, Robinson, Butler, Lowry. Then you say, well, you're going to play Tyler Hero. You're going to play Dwayne Dedman. You probably have to play Caleb Martin for his two-way skills. So all of a sudden, Goran comes back. Am I playing ahead of Gabe Vincent? Am I playing ahead of Max Strus? It's a little tighter here. I think other teams can get Goran on the phone tonight, Thursday, if you're listening on the podcast, after 6 p.m., and tell him he can get definitive minutes. I think that's attractive to a player when there's only 20-something games left in the regular season.
Follow him on Twitter at Ira Heatbeat. More importantly, catch his work at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. Subscribe like I do. Support our local journalist. Ira, as always, you're awesome, my brother. Thank you for taking some time. We'll talk to you next week.
And remember, you get the camera and the security system. Always want to take care of our folks. Thank you, Big O.
Always. Thank you, my brother. Always want to get that camera. Got to get that doorbell camera, baby. Yeah. Free doorbell camera. First 40 Big O listeners right now, 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. Get your Sloman shield, baby. You're going to love it. Trust me. Nothing better than that doorbell camera to be. I actually like, because I can keep up with all the stuff going on in my house. Inside, outside. Love it. All right, what do we have here? Tua has much more upside and talent and potential than Jimmy G. I don't know what conversation you guys are having on the talk line there, but I'm not. Jimmy G's a nice player, but he's had his opportunities already. He's kind of proven it. I think the problem we have with some folks out there is that there's a certain section of you that have given up on the quarterback already. So you've moved on. You want to trade for Watson. You want to trade for Russell Wilson. You want to sign Aaron Rodgers. You want to trade for Garoppolo. I hear all these crazy things, and yet, you're not being fair to the young man who actually did a pretty decent job under terrible conditions the last 2 years. And that's the part that I don't understand for the people that have given up on the quarterback. Okay, if you just sit back objectively and say, well, what if he actually had a running game and an offensive line and and a defense and a coaching staff on the side that can really call plays and design it? Do you think he would be better? And if you're saying no, it's like, well, didn't you watch it at Alabama at the highest level that when he had a real coaching staff and he had the elements that he needed to win, he was able to manage things? He threw deep balls that people say he can't. I know he's not going to throw 75 yards. I know he can't be leaning sideways and deliver a ball, sidearm 30 yards downfield on a rope. I know he's not that dude. I know Matt Stafford does that. Okay, I get that Justin Herbert can do those kind of things. That still doesn't make you a great quarterback because athletically you can do some things others can't. Lamar Jackson can do some things others can't, and yet he'll never be a great passer ever in his life, no matter how much he tries. And by the way, for those of you that will ever doubt that, all you got to do is put Lamar Jackson QB challenge on YouTube. Just watch it. Just watch that one. The man can hit a standing still target that's 20 feet away. Okay? Then go and do the same thing and put Dan Marino quarterback challenge and watch him hit every target. And then he goes and hits the one that's 50 yards away, moving. Dead center. Okay? So, there's sometimes guys can do things. I always talk about this, that we will go to the park and we would play football, right? And there's always that one guy that's got a wicked arm because he's a great athlete, not a great quarterback, but a wicked arm. He can throw it like 40 yards, 50 yards, 60 yards downfield, wicked arm. But he's not a great quarterback. But then there's the other kid that has the touch and all that. And that's usually the guy everybody wants to play with. The other guy will freak you out and do some things that most of us can't, but he can't be consistent ever because it's a skill. And Tua has that skill. He has the skill of passing. He can read. He can react. He can move around. Hell, he played behind the worst line in football and was one of the least sacked quarterbacks. How does that make any sense? That's because he's got pocket presence. So get him a running game so you can put linebackers on their heels. Get him an offensive line that can block. Get him other receivers outside of Jalen Waddle. Get him somebody that can actually design plays the right way and set teams up. And again, I hope you watched the homework I gave you yesterday on Brian Baldinger's video on Mike McDaniel in 2019, how he was just, going overboard on Mike McDaniel on how smart he is. And it's an 8-minute video of watching Mike McDaniel's run plays absolutely fool the defenses left and right. Have you seen that video, Jordan? You need to see that video. That will freak you out. Every Dolphin that watches that video, you are going to be that much more inspired by Mike McDaniel because the play designs that he has, and Brian Baldinger played on the line. And for him to be, he is just gushing over. And this is 2 years ago. This is not right now, not a month ago. This is 2 years ago he made that video. And when you see those play designs, that he's fooling the defense without the offensive lineman having to really give much effort because it's movement. It's making them already think and move before the play has even happened. And by the time they move, they have moved out of the play. It's freaking genius, dude. And those of you that watched the video yesterday when I told you, you know what I'm talking about. You watch that video and you're going to go, holy crap, okay, we got a real coach now. Now we got somebody that can actually design plays. It's amazing. It really is. By the way, EJD Construction is a proud sponsor of the program. We love Eric and all the great people out there. 305-433-4843, folks. They do it all. So if you're looking to improve that man cave, a lot of us are home a lot more nowadays, right? And you're watching, You want to improve that man cave? You want to modernize the kitchen, your home more, right? You need to cook more. Maybe the wife needs to cook more. Modernize that kitchen. Maybe the family's growing. You want to add an addition. Call the great people at EJD Construction. 305-433-4843. Hey, they've got a AAA rating from the Better Business Bureau. When it comes to affordability, Shell Construction, folks, that's how they keep the cost down. And listen, we're talking about fully insured. All right, 2 million liability, 1 million in fully insured, 2 million, 1 million in liability and workers' comp, folks. This is a company that you can count on. This is not a guy that goes and picks up 4 guys at Home Depot, then goes and shows up at your house, okay? I don't know if they do that in New York. I don't know if they have that. But in Miami, in South Florida, the Home Depots and the Lowe's, there's a bunch of dudes that are hanging out outside of them. And then people that do work on houses, they stop at those Home Depots and Lowe's, and they tell the guys, hey, I got a job. I'll pay you $10 an hour. And 2 or 3 of them get on the truck, and then they just show up at your house. That's not EJD Construction. These are all trained professionals that are going to show up, okay? So call my man Eric. He'll get it done. 305-433-4843, ejdconstruction.com. All right, so we got the Dolphins hiring Sam Madison. We got the Panthers last night with a hell of a victory over the Hurricanes, and the Hurricanes have been a royal pain in the ass to the Panthers. Yesterday, Reinhardt gets to tie the goal seconds before the regulation ends, and in overtime, Ekblad gets the game winner 3-2 over the Hurricanes. The boys are obviously the best team in the league, or if not, top 2, top 3, whatever. 33-10-5. What an amazing record this year by these guys. And I don't know if you saw the tweet by David Dork, because I was watching the game. Man, things have changed so much on an airplane. God, there was no way you could watch stream video a couple of years ago on a plane. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, I'm watching on my phone the Panthers game, and that was actually really, really cool last night. But I saw David Dwork's tweet when one of the goals that Bob allowed was kind of cheesy. And Bobrovsky, we know, was a monster in Columbus. I mean, he shut down the Lightning 4 straight games and leading Columbus to a Stanley Cup. And we know that his first 2 years here in Florida after signing that big contract were disastrous. And he has played better this year. Now, the Panthers offense has taken all the pressure off the goaltending this year, because those dudes can score 4, 5, 6 goals like it's nothing. Okay? Like it's child's play. That's how they score goals. But there are times, and Dork is right, and yesterday he allowed one of those cheesy goals, and you just worry about it when playoffs roll around if he's going to get caught doing that again. But anyway, great win last night. The Hurricanes have been a pain. Trocheck. They rocked Trocheck's world yesterday. Friday, by the way, they're at Minnesota. What were you going to say?
No, I was just trying to reach over to,
Oh,
so I
okay.
was ready to, in case you need me to jump on her.
Okay, no, I was running. No, because you grabbed the mic. I thought you were going to say something on the Panther side there. Heat, you just heard from Ira. He thinks Jimmy will play, and I'm telling you, that's the difference between Jimmy and Anthony Davis. Jimmy gets his injuries, his share of injuries, right? But Jimmy will play through injuries at times. And if it's a meaningful game, nothing's going to take the man out unless it's like a broken leg or something that he has no choice. He can't play. Whereas Anthony Davis, oh my God, that guy. My Lord, Anthony Davis is a joke, dude. And I know he rolled up his ankle yesterday, but it's always something with that guy. I would be personally, I mean, as a player, as a teammate, I would be kind of disgusted with the guy. Seriously. I'd be like, yo, dude, come on, let's go. Man up. How many times have I seen just pickup games? People busting up their ankles and they just keep playing. They keep hobbling around, and You love playing the game, and you just play the game and all that, and then you work. You know that you're going to end up with an avocado foot when you get home. We all know it. It's going to be a big old ball. But what do you know? You know that you don't untie your shoe.
That's right. Keep the pressure on it.
Keep the pressure on it.
That's right. I rolled my ankle last night. I'm here, AD.
That damn right.
I'm here.
That's right. Carrying equipment and everything. Telling you. But, 5 turkey sandwiches will power you through.
You know what?
I mean, got to tell you, that was strong on your part. But
the pastrami sandwich is pretty strong, too.
So Heat taking on the Hornets. They're 37-21. Amazing record, even with all the injuries. And yet they don't really play as a full unit yet.
No. And then if the one thing, I know everybody's saying they want Oladipo to come back closer toward the playoffs.
I do.
But I would like him to come back a little bit sooner.
I know.
Let's see it gel a little bit, because again, there's going to be some.
That makes sense.
There's going to be some, probably some growing pains there to try for Spo to figure out who's going to work with what or how he's going to throw everybody on the court. So I would like to see that happen now, rather than it working its way into the playoffs and maybe costing a game in the playoffs. Let's get it done now.
I'm with you. I understand what you're saying. The only thing is, the more time you put him out there, the more risk there is.
Yeah.
For the history of catching up to him again.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's going to happen even if you hold him out, right? I mean, if he's good to go, he's good to go.
No, but what I'm saying is, the more he plays, the more chances you have of it happening. That's my concern would be.
But then he's AD.
With him.
Then he's AD. I mean,
yeah,
really.
Well, he is kind of AD-ish.
Yeah, but I'm saying, every time you put him on the court, he's going to, chip a nail or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, God. I mean, his deal is not really chip nails.
No, I'm not saying Oladipo is that way. I'm just saying every time he touches the court, he comes off with an injury.
Yeah.
It's that you need to find that out now too. Yeah. You don't want to find that out going into the playoffs. I mean, look, the 4 games that he did, you saw improvement each game, and that 4th game was great until he got injured, and then now he's out. And I want to bring up a comment here on the Greater Good said Brian Flores got some of his staff out of the Home Depot parking lot.
Oh, that was good. That's a good line. The Greater Good. That was good, dude. That was excellent right there.
And Josh also said he rolled his ankle at work, and he's still working.
That's right. Josh is
telling you, man, you got to power through.
Yeah, you got to power through. Hell yeah, you got to power through. Let's see. What else do we have here? They need to build continuity. The starters have barely played together this season. This is why the NBA regular season is a joke. Teams and players just poo-poo it until the playoffs. Carlos, there's no way I can argue with you on that, bro. When you're right, man. And yeah, the regular season for the NBA has never been something that people really take serious. But having said all that, they're 37-21 with all the injuries and the fact that the whole team hasn't played together much. It's pretty impressive. Scary, actually. If I don't, what team really wants to face Miami nowadays? And especially if Miami's healthy. I doubt it, man.
No, nobody's going to say they want. I mean, I think there's some teams, though, that do match up. You hear it on the Sloman's Inside the Paint show when they talk about, Toronto.
Right.
The link. There's some teams, but again, you play them in 7 games.
Milwaukee is
different.
One that
and Milwaukee's another team.
Definitely. Milwaukee with that defense, they can definitely match up. Emilio says Sean Stanley is the man. Show love for the man. Sean, big ups, Popple. There you go.
Emilio, the check's in the mail, buddy. Thank you, buddy.
There you go.
And John Santos, yes, I did eat 5 sandwiches. 4 sodas, too.
Before takeoff. Anyway.
I saved 1 for after takeoff. They shouldn't ask you how many sandwiches you want before takeoff. I didn't understand that. We're still taxiing out. She's already taking our orders.
All right. Well, I mean, what do you want?
And the people in front of me were like, they don't want the sandwiches. I said, I'll take theirs.
If you're offering, we're taking, bro. That's it.
No extra. No food left behind.
Yes. Yeah. Conyo, I feel sorry for that toilet, one guy says. What toilet? Oh, man. What do we have here? That 2 players and Sewell was one of the best linemen in football. I don't know. You guys are in another conversation. At times, you guys go into conversations with yourselves, and then.
Well, there's some that have been going since 10 o'clock, going back and forth, and I try to go back up to catch them so I can try to let you know what they're talking about, but I've become lost in some of the conversations they got going.
Jack Vogler
we love
says,
you all, by the way.
Love your show, Big O. Thank you. Thank you for loving our show, and we appreciate it, man. All the great people on our show and great sponsors and you listeners making it all happen. Can't really say enough about what's developed with our show. Okay, so you're on Pepsi 2 there, right? By the way, Pepsi 2, 42,000 for Bitcoin. 42,000 at least, and that's the other floor. It has like a hard floor at 42. But I didn't see any war. I haven't seen anything. Russia hasn't invaded Ukraine.
I have not seen that as of yet.
So I don't know why it went down, but it has found the floor again at 42. So we'll see if they can actually move on from that. All right, so Lakers lose to the Jazz. Anthony Davis is out 2 weeks. Lakers are 27-31. You look at the LeBron. LeBron leaves us, and in Cleveland, he gets to win that title, and that suspension to Draymond Green obviously gave them the break. And then a couple of years later, they're playing the Miami Heat in the bubble, and Bam and Goran go down. So they get the title there.
Yes.
So now it gives them titles in 3 different places, which is something obviously no one has ever done in the history of the NBA. He's the first guy to do it. He and Kawhi had it on 2 different teams.
Yes, Kawhi too.
So Kawhi didn't get to do it yet with the Clippers. So
That doesn't look like it's going to happen either.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to happen either.
And the one thing, too, is LeBron, this is kind of the team LeBron wanted, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you reap what you sow. This is what you want. You get it. Now all of a sudden it's like, hey, you know what? It's not really working out. And Pelinka was like, sorry, buddy. We're not doing anything.
And they're stuck with all these salaries. And
then there's a report yesterday came out that said they were going to keep him for this. The same team probably coming back next year.
Yeah, they have really pretty much no choice.
Yeah. So I'm LeBron.
And you're not going to be able to trade AD.
For what?
You'll get nothing. You'll get very little in
All
return.
you can do is trade him to an ER.
Yeah. No, can you imagine what you have to give back in salary? You'll be giving back all your bad contracts.
Yeah,
because you're not going to give away good players for AD. Who, we know that the good Lord blessed him with an amazing ability.
When he's healthy, he can play.
He can play, but dude, that guy's always injured, man. Always injured. All right, remember, you can reach out to us on the Welton Rayom text line. We'll answer your questions on the text line at 855-912-1056 to start off hour number 2. 855-912-1056 is the Welton Rayom text line. Don't forget to smash the like button while you're watching. Yahoo email, BigORadioshow@yahoo.com. Twitter, Big O Show. And, of course, you can make your donations at Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. It is Sean Stanley mastering the program. Let's get ready for hour number 2. Alan Poupar will join us to talk a little Dolphins at 11:30 right here, live from Sloman's headquarters in Hicksville, Long Island, baby. And, of course, remember, 1-800-ALARM-ME.
When you're ready to purchase a new home loan or refinance the one you have, American Dream Lending will make sure your loan experience is easy with fast approvals and quick closings. With many loan programs and competitive rates, now is the time to turn your dreams into reality. Ask about special financing for veterans. They never charge an application fee, and you will work directly with one of their experienced loan professionals. Stop dreaming and contact American Dream Lending today, 786-802-1727, or online at adreamlending.com. When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411, and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family. The Big O Radio Show is looking for an experienced salesperson in the radio or TV business. The candidate must have at least 5 years of sales experience in the broadcast business over the last 10 years. Please email your phone number and resume to bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. That's bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. Looking for an aggressive person who can help our platform expand into many avenues in our business. Reach out if you are the person that's able to make a difference. Florida's premier law enforcement agency is now hiring individuals like you. The Fort Lauderdale Police Department is now accepting applications for non-certified and certified police officer positions. Minimum requirements and qualifications can be found at flpdjobs.com. That's flpdjobs.com. Are you ready? The city of Fort Lauderdale is an equal opportunity employer.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Sloman's, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by HialeahParkCasino.com. Enjoy simulcast racing, dining, a magnificent poker room, and a casino with the most popular machines on the market. OKCoin.com. Download the app on iOS, Google Play, or Windows. OKCoin.com with over 50 different coins and incredible staking rewards. Pallet Rack City. There's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
The Big O Radio Show originates from the OK Coin Studios. Invest a little time and save big. Just set the recurring buy and pay, zero transaction fee after your first purchase. The Big O Radio Show is mastered by executive producer Sean Stanley from the OK Coin Studios. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Righty. Welcome back. Hour number 2. We take you till about 1 o'clock. We're out here in Hicksville, Long Island, and it is the Sloman's, as you see behind me, the Sloman Shield. We are in the Sloman's headquarters, obviously, having a good time. Appreciate all of you out there and appreciate everybody out here at Sloman's who has made us feel like family, and really it's I really love the way this partnership is growing, and the fact that the Sloman's family is a Miami Dolphins family. That is just absolutely perfect. It's terrific. I knew that some were like Dolphin. I didn't know the whole family was Dolphin fans. So that's interesting that the entire family is a Dolphins fan. So that's why you got to get the Sloman Shield, baby. They're Dolphin fans. You're a Dolphin fan. So let's support each other. Let's see, what else do we have here on the text line? I don't know what you guys got all kinds of stuff. Big O, they will cry and say Tua didn't lift the trophy, right? Yes. Well, we will see. Maybe one day he will. The 49ers insider Big O interviewed with last week Jennifer Lee Chan. Is Jade from WoW? Huh? What is that? Is wrestling? Well, wait a minute. There's they look alike is what it is? Because I have no idea. You're the wrestling guy, dude. Is that what they're meaning? That Jennifer Lee Chan looks like her?
That's what I thought they meant, but now somebody's saying that it's in her, or somebody put down on their bio. I don't know if it's a biography or what. So I'm going to check it out right now.
Oh, good. You mean she's a former wrestler?
I'm double checking right now.
Okay.
I'm looking at her, going back through this.
Damn, I've had Jennifer on my show a couple of times. I had no idea that she doesn't come off to me as the wrestling type.
What do you mean?
Maybe
what is the wrestling type? Why don't you tell me what the wrestling? She's got to have like a like a buff body, bro. Like she's got to be. Yeah, bro. All these wrestling women are like they're built, bro. No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They get fitness models. They get different aspects of it.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Okay. I always see them. They look pretty tight, bro. Like they're in like some killer shape.
Nia Jax.
I don't know
She's
who
Samoan.
that is. I have no idea who she is. Oh,
she's Samoan.
So she's thick. Is that what you're saying?
She's very thick.
Okay. All right. See, I've never seen that. They're usually like hot.
Okay.
They're usually hot and tight.
Hold on. I want to. When is the last time
I know
you went and saw a women wrestling match?
No. I don't watch it.
Okay.
I stop for a minute and then keep going. That's all I've ever done. I've never ever like sat there and watched a match. I like stop and go, damn, that's a hell of a body. Boom, and then I keep. It's like Telemundo or Univision. You stop for a moment, even though I'm one of the guys that can actually understand what the hell they're saying. I don't care what they're saying. I'm just looking at the babe on Univision going, holy crap, that's a hot woman. And then I keep going. So I don't know. I've just seen like the wrestling girls and they look like they're kind of hot. You know, that's all I've ever seen. I've never seen a Samoan wrestling woman.
You watched the Attitude Era. That's what you watched.
I'll take your word for it. I have no idea what I watched.
No, because back then it was models they just threw in the ring. And,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're right. What was the name of Keebler? Whatever.
Stacy Keebler.
What a bootay.
Yes,
bro.
That's the Attitude Era type.
I showed Stacy Keebler to my wife, and my wife said, "Damn, she's got a great ass." My wife said she had a great ass.
Today, there are some women.
Women don't want to compliment other women.
No.
They feel like, so that's how good Stacy Keebler looked, and my wife complimented her.
Yeah. But these days.
So they don't do the Stacy Keebler thing anymore.
There's some eye candy there still.
Okay. All right.
But some of them can go better than some of the guys that are on there now.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it.
They're going and getting athletes. They're getting cheerleaders. They're getting tumblers, different things from different. They actually did start a thing. What's it called? The NIL, called Next in Line. They're going to colleges and recruiting athletes that might not make the NFL, but they're good football players, good athletes, and they're bringing them in to the performance center and training them. Same with cheerleaders.
They are great athletes, man.
And that's what they're doing now. So I mean, yes, you do have. They're trying to get it to where you have something for everybody.
Okay, makes sense.
You got the mass wrestlers for the kids. Everything in WWE is for the kids. If you get the kids to the arena,
you'll get the parents.
You're bringing the parents.
Right.
You're bringing the other kids.
Guardian, big brother, big sister.
And as soon as you walk in the door, the first thing you get is there's the mask, shirts, hats. You've already spent $200 before you go into your seat.
Right.
That's what WWE is about. WWE about the money. Then you got AEW, which goes more for your hardcore wrestling fans. That's kind of what you got.
Okay. All right. Interesting. I always thought it was babes that they had on the wrestling side.
Oh no, they're there. They are there. Don't get me wrong. I'm just
Okay.
saying, but it's not all that. It used to be at one point where it was nothing but that.
Sloman's is on our chat board. Listener Sloman's is here, and we're stoked to have Big O up here in New York with us today, tomorrow for the Big O radio show. Yeah, and we love Sloman's. I like it. Scott Paula says, I just hope the offense can pull off all these new plays. It seems like a lot of a little subtle stuff that fakes and timing, especially since all the plays start off the same. Yes, well, that's kind of what smart play calling is all about. That it all originates from the same formation, but yet you start doing different things out of each of those same formations. That way they can't game plan that way it's harder to game plan for you because they see the same look, but out of that look, they know 4 different plays can come out of it. And then you, as a coach, have to make some of those options look almost the same all the way through, about 80% of the way. And then at that last second is where it frees it up. Intelligence is part of why players have success. Their own intelligence and the coaching intelligence. That's all part of it. And when you have somebody that knows how to set up, put it this way, coaches will set up teams from one play to another, from one series to another, coming out of the same formations. Well, receivers will do the same thing on their own. They will run certain routes the same way, but then when they have to make a specific break, whether it's inside or outside, they will do that differently. And they will set everybody up. And they'll make a double move, and they'll do the double move, and they'll do the double move 3 or 4 times. And before you know it, that second time that you're expecting that double move, or the third time, that's when there's another move instead coming back where you come back, you hook instead. And that's what receivers that are smart also, because you'll be able to run some of the same routes the same way. But then when they call different routes, you're going to be able to run that same route, but then change up all of a sudden. And that's the receiver setting up the cornerback from play to play. So quarterbacks do it with their visions. They move safeties over, or they obviously throw to an area where they know somebody's going to be open, but then they keep feeding them. And then before you know it, they get the safety to bite, and boom, they're going opposite. Intelligence is all part of football. I get it. They're all physical. They hit each other. You feel like they're all like Neanderthals and all that stuff. But those are the guys that end up falling by the wayside in the NFL. In high school and in college, you get away with talent, because usually you're more talented than the guys around you when you're a star. Once you get to the NFL, everybody's a star. And there's very little difference between them. Technique, intelligence, all of those things come to play. Last year, there was no intelligence inside that offensive coaching staff of the Miami Dolphins. And I kept pointing it out all year long last year that there was no coaching on this team, and it was killing this team. There's no creativity, nothing behind it. Watch now. Things will change. And it's going to make Austin Jackson look better than what he really is. It's going to make Liam Eichenberg better than what he really is, because it's part of intelligence. Because you are now thinking for the player and helping him set up. Because a player can't think for 11 guys. A coach has to. A coach has to design the play for 11 different people to do their jobs. But the left guard doesn't have to worry about what the tight end's doing. And the tight end doesn't worry about what the Z receiver's doing or the X receiver's doing. But the coach has to, because if he doesn't design it right, And not everybody, if everybody doesn't do their job, then something gets disrupted and then the play ends right there and then. So intelligence is all part of football at this level. It's all part of basketball. It's all part of hockey. It's all part of baseball because all these cats are super talented. But your talent can only carry you to a certain level and a certain level and a certain level. And then we get to the point where you now got to add the other part, the intelligence, the work in the film room, making sure that you're training the right way, you're eating the right way, so you can get an edge in everything. That's life, dude. Sloman's is getting an edge on their competition. That's why they're one of the best alarm companies, in the world. That's the idea. You've got to find an edge so you can become better. And you got to figure it out. And intelligence is all part of it. And that's why I truly feel when I'm looking at this staff now, dude, Darrell Bevel as a quarterback's coach forgot more 10 years ago than Charlie Fry still doesn't know. How are you going to compare Charlie Fry, who's never, ever coached a quarterback? Meanwhile, at the NFL level. Meanwhile, here's Darrell Bevel coaching Favre, Farrat, Tavares Jackson, Brad Johnson, Matt Hasselbeck, Russell Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Matt Stafford. Charlie Fry had never coached anybody in the NFL. How the hell are you going to compare that? You don't think Darrell Bevel learned something from Matt Hasselbeck? And he learned something from Brett Favre while he taught them also things? Of course. Where the hell did Charlie Fry get his education? 7-on-7s? High school? Get the F out of here, bro. You're at the highest level. You need intel at the highest level. That's what Darrell Bevel's been about. That's what Mike McDaniel's been all about. So I just think that the Dolphins are taking their IQ in the coaching staff to another level. That alone will win players over more than anything else. You cannot berate Liam Eichenberg all year long. You got to find a way to coach him up and teach him and then give him positive reinforcement in order to get better. You just can't beat people down. That's just not human nature. Says we're going to tune you out. You get home and your wife is a nag and 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 a nag, and you're going to say, man, I got to leave this bitch. It's not a matter of, old school, new school. I can't handle this. I can't. No, it has nothing to do with that, dude. You can't go to work and your boss is a jerk every single day. At one point or another, you're going to say, I can't take it. I got to get the hell out of here. And that's you can't have that kind of environment. Why? Why is that environment existing? Because you're failing. Because you can't figure things out. Because the offensive line never gets better. Because the running game never gets better. I truly believe this. And I know some of you are going to disagree with me on this one. Because last year they had some success. But they had a better coach in Chan Gailey, obviously, than what they had this year. But I believe your running backs that you had here from last year to this year, I think those guys lost confidence. I think over time, over 2 years of running into a line that had no holes, but then Duke Johnson comes in and Lindsey comes in, they're fresh. They have no jobs. They need a job. So they ran more fresh with their bodies, and they weren't used to running into a line that had no holes for 2 years. So you imagine if you're a lineman that's not getting any better because your coaches can't get you better. They can't teach you better technique. They don't know how to set you guys up to help each other out. You're going to see a zone blocking scheme now. You have to work in unison. You have to slide protect the right way. You have to do all of those things. So if you don't have somebody setting you up for success, that beats you down. So physically, you get beaten down because you're not having success. Mentally, you get beaten down because the other guy on the other side is better prepared than you are. Because his coaches have prepared him for every scenario possible. You, on the other hand, are not prepared for every scenario possible. And they just keep telling you, go ahead, keep working hard at it, keep going, keep going. And then you hear the O-line coach last year, and he had no answers. No answers. There's not a Dolphin fan that I met that after watching a Jean Lampierre interview was like, this is the guy coaching our O-line? This guy has no answers for anything. Mike McDaniel, in 10 minutes, gave you insightful, intelligent answers with ideas behind it, with foundational reasoning behind it. You didn't get any of that from these guys. They were hemming and hawing, and inside their brains. I mean, I got tired of watching Flo think on how to say something to tell you nothing. I mean, that was frustrating as hell, dude. Spo doesn't do that. Jimmy Johnson didn't. And Jimmy Johnson was sometimes a king-size a-hole with us at times. But he never did that. He never just gave you a short answer. No, he'd give you some meat on the bone. Pat Riley can be a tough guy, you know what I mean? But, man, the best to cover. Because he understood our job, and he knew that, acting like the Belichicks of the world, that's not going to help you. That's been the problem with Patricia, with Flo, with McDaniel, and that's the Belichick thing. He keeps them all inside a building, away from the media. They never have any relations with media. They never have any relations with the public. So how do they develop? How do you improve in anything in life if you're never doing it? And then all of a sudden you thrust Matt Patricia in front of the world, and he's standing there in a jumpsuit with a bird's nest in his face and a pencil in his ear, and and he's acting like a jerk. But he's not the guy that has 8 rings. Belichick has 8 rings. He can act like a jerk, and you have to take it. But if you're McDaniel, if you're Flo, if you're any of these cats, Patricia, those aren't your rings. Those are his rings. So it's not going to carry any weight anywhere. And because you weren't prepared, because Belichick keeps you in a hole, and you're never talking to the public, you're never dealing with the media, all of a sudden you get a head coaching job, and look what happens. You're an utter failure because your head coach failed to prepare you for the things that you're going to have to deal with. And then all you see is how he acts, and you think that you can act that way. That's why Gase failed here, and the Jets were king-size idiots for giving him a job right away, because then Gase felt justified acting the way he acted here, so then he can act like that with New York. And that's why he failed. The best thing Flo happened to him, the lawsuit already ruined it. He'll never get a job again. But the best thing is for him not to work again, and then the following year, have that year off to kind of think about what happened. Gase didn't have to think about it. He was like, I'm right, they're wrong. No, actually, yeah, they're wrong, but so are you, dude. And it is what it is. So we will see how things turn out. But I just think that it's going to change now, because the intelligence factor is present now in that offensive room, which it wasn't there last year. Just wasn't. Linemen coming in at 22, 23 years old need time to develop in NFL weight rooms, grow into bodies, versus these 26, 27, 28 grown-ass men. True. And remember, in the NFL is different than college. In college, you could fire off the ball and drive your guy and move 8 yards downfield, and they'll never call anything. Can't do that in the NFL. It's a different game in the NFL. And so in the NFL and also in college, you've become so pass happy that you're also not run blocking. So it's become even harder for NFL teams and scouts to scout offensive linemen coming into the draft because most teams are pass happy now. You have a few, in Alabama, you have a couple of places where they still run the ball, and you'll still get a good feel for a guy if he can put his hand on the ground and knock somebody on their ass, or if he can actually pass protect. You'll find out about either or, but very few schools are like that. And that's the problem. All right, let's take a quick break. My man Alan Poupar is ready to go in our Sports Grill Miami Dolphins report.
Let's get ready to talk Dolphins football. It's the Sports Grill Miami Dolphins report with Sports Illustrated's Alan Poupard. With locations throughout South Florida, Sports Grill is the home of the special grilled wings. Check out our sponsored locations in Miami on Bird Road and 114th and in Miami Lakes in the Royal Oaks Plaza. Here's Miami Dolphins insider Alan Poupard.
Ready to go, Alan Poupart. Make sure you follow him on Twitter at Poupart NFL with our Sports Grill Miami Dolphins report. There you go. And that Montreal Expos hat. Yeah, baby.
The whole deal.
Yeah. We're in New York, by the way, just so you'll know.
Yep.
I don't know if you know that. We're here. As you can see, the Slo-min shield behind me.
What are you doing in New York?
Huh?
What are you doing in New York?
I'm visiting our sponsor, Slo-min
There-
Shield.
there
They
you go.
invited us up here to do a couple of shows. So today and tomorrow, we'll be doing shows out here. So having some fun.
I like it.
Yeah, man. Taking care of us. Great company. You know that the entire family that owns Sloman's, they're all Dolphin fans.
Nice.
How about that? That's good
Very
stuff.
nice.
So,
Let's give them some good stuff.
Yes, definitely. And make sure you all call Sloman's. Dolphin fans, 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. Make sure you mention our show too, okay? We do have a link below on our YouTube page. You can check it out. All right, so how you feeling about this staff now that they added Sammy Madison to
Sam, I am.
Yeah, baby.
Like that one.
There'll be a lot of screaming out there, going. Now, I wonder how he is as a coach, because as a player, he wouldn't shut up, bro. I mean, he was a trip because it was yapping the whole time. And then you'd hear Jason Taylor at one moment, shut up already, leave us alone, that kind of stuff. It was awesome. I mean, Sammy was just a great guy to cover. God, I love that guy. He's so
he's a great guy. The only problem with covering him, and you didn't have to deal with that because you're in the radio business, for us writers, would be transcribing the interviews. Because yes, the man has the gift of gab, no question. No, yes. And I talked to him at Super Bowl Media Day a couple of years ago when it was here, and his first year with the Chiefs, where he won his second Super Bowl ring because he got one with the Giants in 2007. And it's still the same Sam. And the thing you're going to know about him is, I mean, he's going to be energetic as a coach. He's one of those. He's going to be like, on the go, nonstop. And then if you look at the KC defensive backs the last 3 years, which is what he coached, their defense obviously takes a major backseat to that offense with Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey, and Tyreek Hill. But the defense had its moments, even though you look at most of the best players on that defense are up front, except for maybe Matthew. Except for Matthew at safety. I like the hire. And I like, while I'm not sure that there's one hire on the offensive side that really what goes, wow, that's an awesome.
I love Bevel as a QB coach.
What I was going to say is I like the totality and the complementary way it's put together. I really like that. Like you got, for example, your OC Frank Smith, who can help out the new O-line coach Matt Applebaum,
right?
With the run game and with the O-line.
That's McDaniel planning ahead, because if he loses Frank in the future, Applebaum will be the guy that replaces him. So there's a method behind the madness as he's developing this staff. He's using a little foresight. At least that's what I think is happening. Your thoughts?
I think it's more of getting guys, more than one guy. For example, not having just the O-line coach and the assistant O-line coach working the O-line, but now you bring in the OC now to work with the passing game. You have Darrell Bevel, and Frank Smith's going to be a part of that as well. So I think
Mike McDaniel will be a part of that also.
Well, he'll be a part of everything. I like that aspect of it. And Wes Welker obviously is a good hire too, because he was a technician as a wide receiver. The dude didn't put up the numbers he did because of his great physical skills. I mean, he was quick, but he wasn't fast and he wasn't big, but the dude ran great routes, was always open. So, no, I think he's done a solid job.
Yeah, I like what that, and I think you phrased it right. It's the way it's constructed that it looks like it's like one piece supports another, which supports another, which supports another. And here's the other thing, that he walks the walk that he talks, because he said a great play caller relies on everyone around him.
Correct.
And if you notice, it's like a dual title thing that everybody has. You have this position, but then you're also part of the passing coordinator, run coordinator, whatever. So there's a collaboration, and and it seems like he wants that collaboration from all over. He wants voices opinionated and giving their input on all of that. I like that a lot. Do you see the same thing I'm seeing there?
Oh yeah, no question. And I could see like guys sitting down to formulate the game plan, and it'll be Mike McDaniel, Darrell Bevel, Frank Smith, John Embry, and maybe even Eric Studesville could be involved as well.
That's right.
It's going to be a whole deal of collaboration, and then obviously ultimately McDaniel is going to be the one to decide what goes and what doesn't go. But again, there'll be a lot of ideas thrown around, and I don't see how that's a bad thing necessarily.
By the way, did you see the video from Brian Baldinger that he put together of Mike McDaniel 2 years ago, and all the different blocking schemes, and how just the scheme alone, how it was fooling the hell out of the defense, and players were completely out of it. Had nothing to do with the players themselves.
Yeah.
It helped the players, actually, the way he designed things. Did you watch that video?
I can't say I did. I just know, like, I mean,
I'm going to send it to you.
Go ahead. But his reputation as a very innovative guy in terms of schemes is very well established. The thing with that, I mean, and I don't want to get like overly carried away, because again, I'm a writer. I'm going to do the research and the stats. Like, for all the innovation and all that, it's not like San Francisco was heads and shoulders above every other team in the NFL in terms of what they did with the running game. But again, chances are anything is going to be a major step up for what this Dolphins team has done with the running game the last several years. So, and that alone is going to make the offense overall much better, or logically should make the offense much better.
I'm with you there. By the way, I just sent you the video there. You have it there. It's just a phenomenal video, dude. It really is. It's just a great video that every Dolphin fan, I think, should see. I think every Dolphin writer should also see it, because you're probably going to see some of those elements, part of this running game. And I just thought it was really, really creative. And the best part about that video, it's 2 years old. So it's not some kind of propaganda that was put together now. Not that Brian, anyways, Baldy wouldn't even ever do stuff like that anyways. That's not his style. He's going to call things like he sees it. But I just thought of it, and I said, that's a pretty damn good video. What do you know about Chandler Henley, by the way?
I know he played with Mike McDaniel at Yale.
Yeah.
No, it means there's not a whole lot to know, to be honest. I mean, he had,
right.
If I read his resume correctly, a couple of stints as a QC coach, and then he was the assistant O-line coach with the Falcons last year. He's being brought on to be assistant QB coach. And he was a wide receiver at Yale. So
I forgot which one of you guys wrote it, but apparently he and McDaniel watched the most film in together and on the team at Yale or something. I don't know, something like that. Somebody. I don't know if it was you or somebody wrote it, because I read several articles on it. All right, how about Tyrone McKenzie? Do you any nuggets on the outside linebacker? Ian Rappaport had some complimentary stuff to say about up-and-coming smart coach.
Correct. And there was with the Titans a few years ago, and there was like a video clip that's made the rounds where he's basically they're practicing tackling, and he's basically volunteering to put himself in front of a mat and let the guys drill into him. So that's interesting. Thing I didn't know about him is, and he put it out there on YouTube, that he was diagnosed with cancer while he was with the Lions in October 2019, basically on a Friday. Like, all of a sudden feeling a lump in his stomach, went to the hospital, get it checked out, and a little while later he's getting an operation to get the thing removed. And by all accounts, everything was removed. So that's obviously great news. So no, and he was a third round pick of the Patriots, so the dude could play a little bit out of the University of South Florida. And then as I read, he like blew out his knee very early in his, I think in like mini camp of his rookie year with the Patriots, never stuck with them and had a cup of coffee. I think he had played 19 games. But again, another guy who is seen as an up and comer in the coaching ranks.
Yeah. So far it looks like the staff is coming close to being complete. What are you expecting on the free agency side for the Miami Dolphins? What players do you think will not return in 2022?
Oh, okay. Interesting way of phrasing it. Okay. Albert Wilson's the one that really jumps out. He's a free agent. I know you'll be crushed, but big
Well, it's a year too late, but that's all right. I mean,
I know.
What can I tell you?
Jakeem Graham won't be back. Oh, wait a second. He's already gone. Sorry.
Yeah, he's already gone to the Pro Bowl.
There you go. I set you up there. To me, I'd say Mike Gesicki is on the lower end of 50-50 to come back, to be very honest. I think they're going to let him walk. I think Ogba's a must-keep, particularly since they're retaining Josh Boyer as DC, which basically means they're going to play the same defense. They absolutely need Emmanuel Ogba. I'm looking at Mac Hollins. I would think the Dolphins would make a severe effort to bring him back because of everything.
Please, love Mac Hollins.
Oh, I know you do.
Love Mac Hollins, bro. I mean, that guy can take a 4th and 5th wide receiver spot on almost any team because he's a two-way player, dude. It's hard to find those kind of guys.
No question. No, it's funny you mention that because I'm halfway through a story breaking down all of the Dolphins pending free agents along with the likelihood they'll come back, which will be up on alldolphins.com sometime.
I have a spy bot on your laptop, so I know everything you're working on. That's why I asked.
Okay, cool. You're mirroring my laptop. Okay, cool. Here's the thing, though. Dolphins have it's 17 pending UFAs, and outside of Ogba and Gesicki, unless somebody's escaping me right now, they're not really like major players. I mean, Duke Johnson, I think that's a guy they should bring back.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine he'll be able to break the bank if he shops his services. So I would think he's going to tell Drew Rosenhaus, his agent, try to make it work with the Dolphins. So I would think I would see him coming back. Philip Lindsay, on the other hand, I'm not sure he'd be a major priority. And then
although we have Ben Albright on last Sunday, and he made a good point. Philip does fit the zone scheme perfectly. He's actually a good fit for it. So that might be good competition to bring in for camp. I don't know.
Again, even though Duke Johnson logically wouldn't break the bank, if you start re-signing free agents at some point, I don't know how cost effective it's going to be.
Right. That's true.
And then in terms of RFAs, the one guy who stands out is Nick Needham. I would highly suspect the Dolphins are going to tender him to make sure they hang on to him because I like the guy and he can do a couple of different things. It'd be a bad move for me to see them not retain him.
Yeah, but he's restricted, not unrestricted. So at least, what is it? You have first right of refusal or something like that, right?
It depends on the amount of the tender you put. They could do right of first refusal, or there's another tender, depending on how much. It could be like the first round pick, which they're not going to do because that'd be too much. Then there's also the original round he was drafted while he was a UDFA. So I would suspect he'd be a guy that maybe the Dolphins re-sign before March 16th hits.
Yeah, I would hope so. Let's see if that does end up happening. Do you expect them to be big players in free agency and especially in the offensive line? Because I'm hoping that they get Ryan Jensen from the Tampa Bay Bucks. Since Brady's gone, the exodus will begin in Tampa. Go get their center.
Yeah, the only problem with that, as we discussed Monday, is I think the Bucks are still going to make a push to be major players in terms of the race for the Super Bowl. So does Ryan Jensen want to leave the Bucks if they make him a reasonable offer? The other problem with Ryan Jensen, as I see it, he's 31 years old and made, I think his base salary, I just looked at it, was like $10 million last year.
Mm-hmm. Good player, man.
No question about it. Pro Bowl player. I mean, no question. I would think Laken Tomlinson, the guard from the 49ers, if he hits the market, I would think, especially with Mike McDaniel having familiarity with him, he'd be all over that.
Left guard.
Yes, sir.
But you think about it, if you can get him at left guard and you can get Ryan at center, then things start to balance out a little bit more there now all of a sudden because Hunt at right guard, and I think Eichenberg can play, but maybe you put him at right tackle. So what about this whole Tunsil thing? Well, what do you hear there? Is there any truth to this that they would be willing to move Tunsil?
The Texans would be willing to move. Yeah, I certainly could see that to get out from under his contract. But again, now, good luck for them trying to find somebody to take on that contract because now it's 2 years removed from when the Dolphins.
Well, you don't have to give the bonus, so it's really not a bad contract for anybody that trades for him, correct? Because the bonus gets accelerated for them, not
correct for the Texans. But I think the bases are still. I'll have to double check his contract. But now it's 3 years since the Dolphins traded him, or 3 seasons since the Dolphins traded him. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I can definitely see that the Texans wanting to maybe move on from him, especially after last year when he barely played. The other question I would have with the Dolphins is I could definitely see them going or signing one free agent offensive lineman to a big contract. I'm not sure about 2. And as you and I have both talked, I think some of it is going to be internal in terms of improving the offensive line of let's get these guys coached up the right way. Let's develop them. And then let's get the offensive line better that way. Because, again, there's no way to me that all of those guys were busts as high draft picks. I'm not buying it.
Are you ready for this?
Poor development, poor coaching. Go for it.
17.8, bro.
What's 17.8?
Tunsil, 2022 salary. His base salary is 17.8. The signing bonus, they paid it already. So they don't.
That ain't cheap. That ain't cheap.
It's not. It's not expensive. It's not like it's not.
It's not. Who played? What did he play? 4 games last year.
I know, but I'm saying if he's healthy, it's not an overpriced salary, is what I'm saying. It's not like oh my God, this is a ridiculous number. It's actually kind of in line, a decent salary for a starting franchise left tackle. Not bad.
Okay, and really? What's the asking price?
Oh well, that I don't know. They have a potential out in 2023 on the 3-year deal for an $8.3 million cap hit. So they would have to wait till next year in order to do it. But if they do it this year, the dead cap hit would be $26 million.
That's cut or trade?
That's the dead cap money. Okay. Now, I think it might be even a little higher if you add the signing bonus. Because, as you said, it's the 3rd year, but he's only got 1 more year, the 2023. In 2024, he is an unrestricted free agent. So, you know what? They may think that they have to trade him because if he's not going to re-sign with them, and he is 28 years old this year, by the way. He's 28.
Still has value.
He still has value. That's what I'm saying. So, I don't think you can ask for multiple picks because of the salary. You probably can only ask for a first rounder. So do you give him the 20, what is it, 29?
29, yeah. I would give him 29. You're not getting a player like Laramie Tunsil at 29.
Right. And you have $70 million, and you can open up you can open up another 10, 15 million more with certain players. So taking in that 17 million would not be a bad move for them because I like the fact that, most of the guys that I talk to in the league anyways think Eichenberg's a right tackle as it is. So you put Laramie at left, put Eichenberg at right tackle. You got Hunt, and then you're able to get, let's say, Lincoln at left guard, and then you draft the Boston College center, then maybe you're all right.
And you coach him up better.
Yeah. That's the thing. Do you think they'll coach him up better now?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So do I.
And this is where Frank Smith comes in because if it was strictly Matt Applebaum, no offense to Matt Applebaum,
you're right.
Doesn't have a very extensive resume. Whereas this is where Frank Smith comes in.
Right, and he's been good at it. So, yeah, I think I'm with you. I think this is going to be a real positive for the Miami Dolphins that they're able to do it. All right, what are you working on at Sports Illustrated so folks can check you out, my man?
Well, as I just indicated, I'm breaking down the pending free agents along with the likelihood of their return. Going to do it's that time of year, going to do the first mock draft roundup of 2022, which is a lot different when you're picking 6. It's a lot easier to like narrow down on a particular prospect as opposed to 29. Where
you know what the beauty of 29 is? Usually in these drafts, that if your team needs 3 or 4 positions or 5, usually 2 or 3 of those are available to you at 29 with a player you can make a discussion with. You can say, no, this guy can go at 29. This guy can go at 29. This guy can. So it becomes that much harder actually at 29 than it does at 6. You're so right. You're so right.
No question. And then wouldn't shock me, and that's assuming they make the pick. It wouldn't shock me at all to see them trade out of the first round, pick up a couple more assets. I could see that happening. So those 2 things I'm working on, and then also we have the weekly mailbag.
There you go. A very popular segment there. Yes. Yes. So there you go. Send in your questions to the man. All right. Follow him on Twitter at Poupart NFL so you can send in your questions. And, of course, bookmark his Sports Illustrated page there for the Miami Dolphins. It's called, what is it again?
AllDolphins.com.
AllDolphins.com. There you go. I have it bookmarked. It's kind of like my cell phone. Like, I don't know anybody's number anymore. It's just the name. That's it. Like, it's terrible. I think outside of my wife and my daughter, I don't know anyone's cell number. No one. You know any cell numbers?
My wife's.
Right? Yeah, that's it. It's crazy. Different world. Different world. We remember everybody's Twitter handles, but not their cell phones. That's how it goes nowadays.
Yep.
All right. Follow him on Twitter at Poupart NFL. Alan, as always, you're a stud, my brother. Appreciate you. We'll catch up next week.
Have a good weekend. Enjoy your time in New York.
Oh, I definitely will. Thank you, my friend. Be good. There you go. Alan Poupart, baby, and our Sports Grill Miami Dolphins report.
This has been the Sports Grill Miami Dolphins Insider Report with Alan Poupart, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and never miss a report. Search Big O Radio Show on most platforms. Visit Sports Grill in our sponsored locations in Miami on Bird Road and 114th and in Miami Lakes in the Royal Oaks Plaza.
Thank you all out there. Some guy says, Big O, I think you need glasses for the Tunsil thing. You mean maybe I need common sense, you think? Not glasses. I didn't misread the number. And I don't think, I'm sorry, 17 million is that much for Tunsil? So do you pay 17 million for Tunsil at left tackle or 10 million for Eric Flowers at left guard? Mic drop. Checkmate. It's over. Get my drift? Decent linemen are going to go for 10 million. You get a starting left tackle at 17 million, I would do it. If I'm not giving my 29th pick for Tunsil, then I can maybe then draft a center in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to be able, I mean, you kind of have the money. You can go a little crazy. You could pay for Tunsil and Ryan Jensen. Or you could pay for Alex Kappa and Tunsil and draft the guy from Boston College. Yes, sir. What are you going to say?
No one asked. Are there any linemen that we have right now, since they're all so young on their contracts? Are any of them like due contracts as far as right now, or are they still
babies.
Under contract? Right?
Yeah, they're all babies.
Besides Jesse Davis, I guess maybe.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's gone. I mean, you know, they're not going to use him in this scheme.
So then you still have those guys there to add to depth. If you get Tunsil or, you know, whichever route you go,
right
now you start working them up. And again,
you teach them and they might become good linemen.
Yeah, you might have some guy, and then your depth is built up. And then if Tunsil gets you through that one season or whatever you want to, and now you got somebody there built up and you've watched these guys grow now.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem now, is that I just don't know. And again, with McDaniel and his scheming and things like that, some of these guys might be better than what we saw this year.
Yeah. I totally believe that,
including Austin Jackson. I mean, I know a lot of us have given up on Austin Jackson.
I'm not completely ready to give up on Austin, but I can understand everybody giving up on Austin already.
You can definitely see why.
I'd like to see him with better coaching. I haven't the other guys for sure. I have hope that they'll turn into better players with real coaching, because that's what I think they're going to get now. Freddie Case says, Big O, thanks for bringing the heat up north with you, my man. Been frozen in Boston. You are welcome, Freddie. I talked to Mother Nature, and I said, listen, sweetie, okay, I get it. You want to, flaunt your powers and all that stuff. But I'm going to New York with Sean, and, we don't need any of that right now. We want to have a couple clear days, No nor'easters, no snowstorms, none of that. You want to do any of that, you can do it after we leave. So I got to tell you, Freddie, after we leave,
you're on your own, buddy.
Yeah, you're on your own. But for now, we're gonna bring you some heat,
and you're welcome.
That's right, damn right. Big O, I would love to hear Omar Kelly's opinions, thoughts of the possibility of bringing back Tunsil. I really like Omar's take on O linemen. Well, to extreme, guess what? You'll get to hear that opinion tomorrow, because tomorrow will be Omar Kelly's day here, or one of his 2 days here on the show. Big O, pick 29 for Tunsil. I'll do that all day, says Arnaldo. Damn right. Damn right. Big O, do you believe Boyer will continue to implement the amoeba defense and not revert to the defense that couldn't get stops? One, I just hope that he has the kind of defense that can get it done. That's it. That's all I'm hoping for. If it takes amoeba or whatever it is, yeah, just get it done. But here's the thing: now that Josh Boyer is on his own, there's going to be some kind of a tweak to everything that he's doing, because there's going to be elements that he's going to want to add to kind of put his signature on all of this. And this is also, in a way, a blessing for Josh Boyer. It could be a curse too. Okay? And we're watching this right now with Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy has had a real problem getting head coaching jobs. And maybe being under Andy Reid's wing is not a good thing for him. Well, maybe he needs to go somewhere else. And for Josh Boyer, it's not that he needs to go somewhere else. He needed to get rid of the shadow. That's why Bieniemy needs to leave Kansas City and maybe become the offensive coordinator for somebody else or a head coach at college. And without Andy Reid around, show that you can flourish and grow and be the guy. And I think that's kind of the same thing here. Josh Boyer now is, his umbilical cord has been cut from Flo, and the Gerald Alexander talk that, oh no, it was Gerald Alexander making calls and not this. And so now there's all this discussion. I know Omar is all hot and bothered about being lied to and all that. And he's kind of frustrated. So he thinks Boyer didn't make the calls, that it was all Alexander. And so whether it was all Alexander or it was Boyer part-time or it was Flo taking over, I don't know. But in the end now, it's all on Boyer. And this is a great thing for Boyer, because now if he goes out there and he has success, he proves that he is a good coach. And then, of course, it'll be a negative if he goes out there and flops. And that will be a situation he doesn't want to really deal with, I would imagine. Okay? Just like if your roof is on fire, you know what you need to do? You need to call Tommy B. Butts, baby. If your roof is on fire.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important.
Roof, of course. I don't know, maybe it's worn out time. You've owned the house for a long time, and we got hurricane season coming up in a couple of months. This is the time that you want to do this. So call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. AAA plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. And they specialize in all kinds of roofs. I'm telling you, Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises is amazing. Tell them that Big O sent you. They will take care of you, I promise you, folks. And they use nothing but top quality grade materials from the best manufacturers to make sure that you have the roof that's going to protect your family, your pets, your business, because those are the things that matter to us. And Tommy B. Butts Jr., He understands it, man. He gets it, man. Licensed and insured, serving South Florida for over 25 years. He's a fantastic family man. He's got 5 sons. They all listen to the program, and they're all great people. Call him 954-735-9826. That's 954-735-9826. Go to the website, Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. Hour number 3 is next.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411, and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. For over 25 years, South Floridians have counted on Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises for their roofing needs. In South Florida, we battle the sweltering heat, rain, winds, and all kinds of tropical storms. That's why when it comes to protecting your family, home, or business, call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs. All work fully guaranteed with the customer's complete satisfaction. A-plus rated member of the Better Business Bureau. Licensed and insured. There's no buts about it. When your roof needs repair or replacement, go to Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. A certified widening contractor. South Florida's premier law enforcement agency is now hiring individuals like you. The Fort Lauderdale Police Department is now accepting applications for non-certified and certified police officer positions. Minimum requirements and qualifications can be found at FLPDjobs.com. That's FLPDjobs.com. Are you ready? The city of Fort Lauderdale is an equal opportunity employer. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by
EJDconstruction.com, where you can trust their team of construction experts. American Dream Lending. Go to adreamlending.com. Stop dreaming and start living your best life. Perdermo Cigars. Experience a Perdermo way. Go to perdermocigars.com.
The Big O Radio Show originates from the OK Coin Studios. Invest a little time and save big. Just set the recurring buy and pay, 0 transaction fee after your first purchase. The Big O Radio Show is mastered by executive producer Sean Stanley from the OK Coin Studios. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
We ready for hour number 3. The Greater Good, says Big O, laughing out loud, reminding me of Club Manhattan back in the day with the roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the mother effer burn. Mother effer burn. I also remember Backstreets. Manhattan's that you're talking about was on US 1, right by, what was that mall that had like little bricks? What was it like on, I don't know. It was just after right? Like a little bit after the University of Miami, wasn't it? Down a little bit on US 1, if I remember correctly. I remember Manhattan's. I went to Manhattan's a couple times. I remember that place. But the roof is on fire. I remember it a lot of Backstreets. That's where that one. Little 1235, Club Ovo. Definitely. I would end up in Ovo a lot after Backstreets because Backstreets would close at 2 and Miami was still open till 5. So obviously some of the fellas would go, let's go down to Ovo. Let's finish off the night. Back in the day. Let's see. Did Ross have the Sloman's doorbell camera on the yacht? That's a good question, because if you have that Sloman's camera, then you've got the proof you need. The real question is, does B-Flow have access to the Sloman's camera on Ross's yacht? That's how you're going to get the goods. So if you don't have the goods, you're not going to get it. You know what I'm saying? Jose Lucas says, Big O, you heard what Shannon Sharp said on Tua. He's just angry because Flores got fired. I want none of these bums praising Tua this season when he balls out with real coaching. I did not see. I don't know what Shannon Sharp said. I have no idea. And Sloman's, by the way, has answered to the Greater Good. You betcha. Stoked to be here with Sean and the Big O. Thanks for listening in. So there you go. I love it. That's so cool. And again, let's see. It's either Jordan, Jason, Ira, Carol, Chris, because Vitali's been so good to us, Zach. All the people that we've met here at Sloman's, all the people that have Carol. I got to see Carol before I leave, okay? Because Carol has been just an angel, and she's been fantastic in taking care of us and everything else. I've never had the whole thing where the driver holds up a thing waiting for you outside the airport and all that. What? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. What? Oh, no, it's this one.
When did they're electrical now? What happened to the writing one?
Well, no, now you got iPads. Why?
I guess
that way you can easily replace it. If not, then you're killing trees, bro.
You could get a little dry erase board.
No, they don't do it that way. They do it with a paper. That's how they just hold up a paper back in the day.
Yeah, we walk up, it's got a digital.
Yeah,
how's the gear? I was like,
it's how's the gear? Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And then we get the Miami guy.
Yeah. That's right. Our driver was from Miami. He was, dude. Our driver. All he did was talk about food places in Miami.
Yes.
Obviously, 2 fat guys got in the car. Let's talk with the fat guys about food, and boom, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
And other than the sandwiches, I didn't eat.
Yeah, no.
And then we didn't eat last night.
It's all right. We have a chef here at Sloman's.
I know.
They have
opened
a
up
chef.
the door.
They have a chef here. The chef came in and asked us what we want.
Zach's like, "Do you want food?" I was like, "Oh, not yet, not yet."
How cool is a business that has a chef for its employees? So the employees go to the cafeteria and they have their food cooked up for them. Is that awesome or what? That's a great company, man. Great company. But our driver, all he could talk about is food places in Miami.
Mario the Baker.
Mario the Baker. And it was funny because I just ate at Mario the Baker last week. Okay. I was meeting with Matt and we were having a good time. And Liquor Split, who's going to be a proud sponsor of our show here, and they're going to be the sponsors of Anthony Chang's Miami Heat reports. So we're going to add more Miami Heat reports. You will have Heat reports here every day now on the show. Ira is on 3 days a week, along with Clay once a week. And then Anthony Chang will be on twice a week also. So you'll have 5 days a week of Heat reports and Dolphin reports and all that. And we're working on 5 days a week of Canes also. So that way it's constant. You're going to have your Heat, you're going to have your Dolphins, you're going to have your Canes every single day, and you're always going to have insiders every day covering all of that, which I'm sure is something that makes a lot of you happy out there. So we're working on it. But he just kept bringing up one food place after another, and it was just like, yeah, no, it's still there. No, it's gone. It's there. No, it's gone. It's there. It's gone. You know, it was one of those deals. I haven't been there in Joe Stone crabs and all that. He's talking everything. You name it, he brought up whatever place it was, man. It was funny. Very nice man. Very nice man. So yeah, we had a good time. We've had a good time since. Oh, look out. Oh, that is great.
Oh, you got to show out. My camera's not on.
Vitaly brought us. Yeah, baby. Alarmo. I got me an Alarmo. Yeah.
Oh, a removable shield, too.
Oh, man. All right. You know that's going in the studio, right?
Oh,
you know the studio now has a new addition, and Alarmo is going to be in the studio. Now, the question is, what do I do? Okay. We got, like 500 people right now on the chat board. Okay. So what do I do with Alarmo? How do I put it in the studio? Do I leave it just like this? Or do I take it out of the packaging? What do I do? How do I display it? Because I'm thinking of taking it out of the packaging, right? But then I'm also thinking, I don't know, 10 years from now, I can sell it for $1 million if it stays in the packaging, give the $1 million to my daughter and, she can enjoy. I'm just saying, man.
Oh, I think we got to take it out of the packaging because on the back, then you got the shield.
Yeah, that's right. Then I can put up the shield.
You got the shield afterwards.
That's true. Yeah. We got to put it. We're there. You go. So we got our Alarmo. Yeah, baby. Love it. One guy says, leave it in the package. Take it out of the package. Are we talking about the Alarmo or something else?
No.
Okay. All right. Sloman says, it's sunny and 50 today in New York.
You're welcome.
That's right. Perfect weather up north. Happy to have you guys here at Sloman's Big O radio show and Sean Stanley. Thank you. Love being here at Sloman's.
Yeah, a lot of leaving in the package, really. Seriously.
Yeah. You know why?
I bet they're collectors, right?
Collectors.
Yeah.
Collectors. How about that, dude? We got an Alarmo. I love it.
Does he come with this Alarmo?
Yes.
Shield your home for free.
I love it.
Shield your home free. Sorry.
I'm telling you, we got to get an Alarmo on top of our houses.
Oh.
That would be perfect. Get another one to keep it in the package and zip them to the mic, Big O. Ooh, that's interesting. Putting on the mic.
Oh, boy.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Alarmo sitting on the mic like that.
Yeah.
That actually would be funny as hell. That would be funny as hell. If we
shield is I love the shield.
I know the shield is great. Shield is great. Now, and listen, folks, if you order the alarm, I'm not sure if they give you Alarmo also, okay? I'm not sure about that, all right? So just in case, if you order the Shield, if you call, 1-800-ALARM-ME or you use our link below, I'm not sure. You can ask them about Alarmo, but don't assume that comes with it, okay? I just want to make sure you guys know that. Oh, I love it. All right. How do I get one of them? See, people. I knew people would want. Yeah. How do you not want one of them? They're super cool.
As soon as he walked in, I was like, "Oh man, I hope he's giving those to us. I hope he's not teasing us."
They have just taken care of us.
100% first class all the way.
Cliff D says everyone loved Flores when we hired him. Hey, dude, husbands love wives, and wives love husbands when they marry them too. Big deal. You know what? Have you ever started a job that you loved and then you hated? I know I have. How about you? Yeah, I always people. I have no idea where some of you get this. Like, is that some kind of an argument or discussion? Is that supposed to be some kind of a shot? Is that supposed to be something negative that you assess things and you change your opinion on things? Or because something is not good, you're supposed to stay with it? So if your business partner is constantly stealing from you and, I don't know, banging your wife, you're going to stay with them? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure this out. Did you go steady with a boyfriend or girlfriend? Did you stay with them forever, or did you have a couple of arguments and then you said, it's over, or you lost interest and it's over? There's lots of things we start and then we hate. I got to tell you something. When I had no choice and I was eating a Napoleon sandwich, I enjoyed the chocolate part. I enjoyed the vanilla part, all right. When I got the strawberry, I was like, yeah. I kind of ate it, but I wasn't really enjoying the Napoleon sandwich nearly as much. It started off with a bang. Oh, dude, the chocolate on chocolate. Oh, I loved it. And then we got chocolate and vanilla, and I'm all right. It's all right. It's a nice mix. I still got my chocolate mixing with the vanilla, but then it mixed with the strawberry. So there's a lot of things in life that we start. We start on a road trip. Hey, all right, we're on a road trip. Yeah, it's 2,000 miles. Yeah. 400 miles in, you're going, oh, man, how long more? I got to piss. I got to eat. Oh, man, this is a long trip. There's a lot of things in life we start and we love. And then there's a lot of things we start and then we hate. So I'm not exactly sure, because I hear this all the time. Hey, well, you guys liked Flores at the beginning. So what? Who cares? You assess it as it goes along. That's how you do in life, everything. And sometimes you like it in the beginning and you like it in the end. And sometimes it's like a Napoleon sandwich. It starts great with the chocolate, but it doesn't end well with the strawberry and the chocolate. You like the strawberry and the chocolate?
No, I'm just wondering how old you are. I've never even heard of a Napoleon sandwich.
Really? You never heard of a Napoleon ice cream sandwich? Really?
Not a Napoleon ice cream sandwich, no.
Is that what is that? That's not what it's called? Isn't that what it's called?
Well, no, there's ice cream sandwich. I've never heard of Napoleon ice cream sandwich.
Because you normally see the one that's just vanilla
Either
and
vanilla
chocolate.
or chocolate and chocolate.
Right, but they used to make, well, maybe they still make them. I'm sure they still make them somewhere.
I'm not a big Napoleon guy.
It's broken into three parts. So your ice cream sandwich, you'll eat the chocolate, then you eat the vanilla, and then you eat the strawberry.
Why wouldn't you just buy just the vanilla?
I get that, but there are days where you want one and there were none, and you had to settle for the Napoleon. Oh. I'm just talking about the 70s.
Isn't it Neapolitan or something?
This is the 70s. This is the 70s, bro. This is the 70s.
Way before my time.
Napolitano, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry.
Yes. We used to get the tubs of that.
Right.
Yeah, and then you throw the strawberry out.
Exactly. Exactly. You're picking on the bowl and you're going chocolate, vanilla, and the strawberries always last.
All lonely.
Exactly.
It's a freezer burn.
I got to tell you, I love strawberries. Don't get me wrong. I do like strawberries and all that stuff. But when it came to that sandwich, I wasn't that big a fan of that moment there. Now, give me strawberry quick. Oh, dude, I lost it. I lost it as a kid. That's it. Of course, I like chocolate. Quick what was the other one that with the was it with a Q or something? What was it?
Nestle Quick?
No, the other one. There was another one. Not Nestle Quick. There was another one that was really popular. Come on, guys, help me out, ladies.
Oh, our chat
gentlemen.
will help us out quickly.
Yes. What's that other one that there was another popular chocolate mixed drink? Damn it.
Not Ovaltine.
Ovaltine. That's it. Ovaltine. Ovaltine.
Yeah.
And so Ovaltine I loved, and Nestle Quick I loved, but the strawberry Nestle Quick, oh, dude, that was the bomb. I will say that was the bomb. I will say that. Napoleon ice cream sandwiches brought to you by Rolodex.
That's about right.
It's so true.
It's about right.
It's so true. Because it's what Sean says. There's like that doesn't probably exist anymore. Like people don't even eat that anymore. All right. Leaving the chocolate, eating the other two first. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Right. That's smart, Keith. You suffer through the strawberry first, then it gets better with the vanilla, and then you end with the bomb in the chocolate. You know what, dude? Keith, you're a badass, dude. You're ahead of your time. You did it the right way.
He's an only kid, right?
Well, so was I, but I'm the loser. He's the guy. He's the smart guy.
Because I just left it for everybody else.
I kind of threw it away or ate it, like towards the end, like, all right, I'll eat it.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even eat it. I'd throw it away.
No, I'd throw it away a lot of times, but there were times I did eat it.
The mic cover looks like.
Yes, exactly. Oh, man. Let's see. Jose says, Shannon Sharp flip-flop told Skip he was wrong and that Miami will never win anything with Tua because he's a mid QB and that Herbert would be more successful in the McDaniel offense. Well, first of all, he's not in the McDaniel offense, and he's in the Chargers offense. So we will see what happens. All I know is with all the Herbert talk, he didn't make the playoffs. And as great as everybody makes him out to be, and he's so much better than Tua, right? Because Herbert is bigger. He's stronger. He can throw it farther and all of that. And he couldn't win more games than Tua. And he had a better coaching staff, and he had a better running game, and he had a better offensive line, and he had better wide receivers. He had everything better. But I don't understand that part. That's the part that I just struggle with. And all these Herbert lovers, I can't argue the size. I can't argue the arm. I can't argue the athleticism. I get it. He can do things physically that Tua will never be able to do. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be a better quarterback when it's all said and done. And in the end, with a better team, he couldn't get in the playoffs. So these are the things that I just never really understand about that discussion. When the guy ends up doing it, then I'll tell you, okay, hats off to him, man. You know, that's what you got to do with Joe Burrow. Hats off. The dude's a stud. But he proves it all the time in big moments. Let's see. Carla says, we suffered and maybe Flo tanked start of the season to pay back Ross. Nah, Carla. He was trying to win from the get-go, and he just didn't win. You don't try to win at the beginning and then try to win in the second. For that, Carla, then you definitely deserve to get fired and never, ever hired again. Because if it's true that Ross was offering $100,000 for losing, he should not own the team. And it's also true that if, you think Flo gave up in the first half and then all of a sudden started trying in the second half, which, by the way, Carla, it was the reverse. He was communicating with his coaches in the first half and then not communicating with them in the second half. So actually things got better when they had less of Flo, is the point. Anthony says, NFL fans and media have an arm fetish. It's weird. They take being able to throw a ball 80 yards over accurate of having pocket presence. Amen. Amen. Not understanding what the quarterback position is all about. If it's Napoleon, then the strawberry suffering is short. Napoleon sandwich ice creams are still here where I live. Where do you live, Ron?
Where you at, Ron?
Where are you? Where are you, Ron, on the all-night telethon?
I have to go get me one and just eat it live on Instagram. I'll grab me a Napolitan ice cream sandwich.
It'll be your first one anyway.
My first one, it will be. Seriously,
Yeah.
it will be. I mean, not ice cream wise, but
yeah. No, I just remember going to, and I wanted one of those ice cream sandwiches, and then you'd open the thing. There's no ice cream sandwich, and you're like, do I get the Napoleon? Damn it. Do I get the Napoleon? Do I get an eclair? Do I get a push-up?
So I did either the Klondike bar
Klondike
or
bar.
the screwball.
The screwball. I love the screwball.
Bubble gum in the bottom.
Bubble gum in the bottom.
Come on,
oh, dude, that brings back memories.
And we used to have a polar
Love
cup.
the screwball.
Back in the day, we had a polar cup, which was like the frozen lemonade.
Yes.
They used to drive by, and they would have the different flavors. So you had strawberry.
Sure.
But it had the strawberries in there, watermelon. Oh,
so good. Definitely. Carlos says, yesterday you made a comment on Dudley Do-Right's video that you were scared to be excited because it's the Dolphins. I'm in the same boat. Damn good, but I've been burnt by this team too much. Yeah, no, it's what I explained 2 days ago on Twitter, that I apologize to people because I know we've been burned over and over again as Miami Dolphin fans over the last 25 years, but I'm excited. I like what I'm seeing from what Mike McDaniel's putting together. The more I see about Mike McDaniel, the more I like. And here's the thing about it all, Carlos, and this is where I land on all of this, okay? I'm the guy complaining all year that you don't have coaching, right? Okay. So I'm the guy complaining all year that they can't run the ball and they can't block. And I'm the guy that's pointing out they have no offensive line coach. This is the worst coach in the history of the Miami Dolphins. Now, nobody was with me at that moment because it was like, week 5 or 6 or whatever, if you go back. And people weren't willing to say that yet. But as time went on, people realized that the offensive coaching staff was not good. The offensive line staff was not good. And so all of this has changed. And so I can't be a hypocrite and tell you, okay, I don't like the coaching. I don't like the way that they don't help this team. They can't run the ball. Flo doesn't commit to running the ball. And so then all of a sudden, here I get a guy that's a run specialist. Here I get a guy that is an expert in the passing and running game on offense. And all he's done is find himself a real quarterbacks coach in Bevel, a real emphasis on running the ball with 4 coaches at least. A couple of coaches are going to specifically handle the run. So if I'm telling you I'm unhappy with Flo's staff because they do not provide this, that, and that. Did I tell you that I was unhappy with the defensive staff? No. Did I tell you the special team staff was terrible? No. I told you they did take a little step back this year. They did, okay? But it's not a terrible unit. It's a solid unit. Needs to improve a little bit. Defense needs to improve a little bit too, by the way. They were middle of the pack. They're not a great defense, but they need to improve. But offense was a disaster. So all I see now is everything that I complained about is what they're filling, is what they're trying to put together. It's the vision that Mike McDaniel has is what I want. So how can I complain? Right? I have to be super happy because all of a sudden, everything that I've been bitching and complaining about is exactly what they're filling. And they're figuring it out. And I said from the get-go, this offensive staff is offensive. So now we're looking at an offensive staff that looks pretty impressive, actually. So I apologize. I once again am excited about the Miami Dolphins season. And I think this is a team that if the changes on the offense are effective, it's not 9 or 10 wins. We're going to get that 11th and 12th win. We're going to finally see them in the playoffs. And we'll see Tua play better because the elements that I kept bitching about and that were missing have now been put in place. So there you go, Carlos. So that's where my whole thing came from there. I have to apologize for my enthusiasm already for the 2022 season because I like what they're doing.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What is it about, I guess, the tree that McVay, Shanahan, and again, McDaniel, unproven right now, but at least Shanahan and McVay kind of proven that they can put teams together. I mean, Shanahan hasn't necessarily wanted...
Shanahan, McVay.
Okay.
Mike, Kyle, and then Sean.
But it's from Mike Shanahan's tree, right?
Right, that's what I'm saying. But Kyle's having success.
Yeah,
and
but
Sean
what
having
I'm
success.
asking is, what is it that they're doing, I guess, so differently? Because you're watching all these other supposed coaching trees that just don't work.
How do you think Brian Greasy made it to the Pro Bowl? Because he had a running game that complemented him and allowed him to play off of that running game. And Brian Greasy isn't even better. He isn't even close to Tua. Tua's a much more superior quarterback than Brian Greasy. But Brian Greasy stepped into a place where Mike Anderson, Orlando Scary, and whatever else they had there, they always had a guy running the ball. And so now, and
sometimes 2 or 3.
And so, what does Kyle Shanahan have? Guys that run the ball. Sean McVay, the first go around the first Super Bowl, they had a pretty talented Georgia running back that was running the football. This year was Cam Akers and Henderson, part of their running game overall. Not a dominant running game, but solid running game overall.
It's a serviceable running game.
Yeah, and plus offensive line all over the place. San Francisco, Denver. Now you look at what's going on with these guys in what's it called? Denver, did I say San Francisco?
Yeah.
Rams.
Okay, the Rams.
And the Rams. So all these elements, run the ball, protect your quarterback, play design. All of these elements are what the Shanahans and McVays are living off of. And that's why we've seen that tree have the success that they're having right now. Okay? That's why I look at it that way. All right, Isais is in. He says, Big O, sir, do you think maybe it would benefit Mike McDaniel to move Noah to the offensive side of the ball and use him like Debo that can handle the contact and former wide receiver and track star? First of all, Isais, why do you think he's a cornerback? Because he wasn't good enough as a wide receiver. That's usually what happens with a lot of corners. 2, Isais, and I appreciate the donation, but on the super chat, you've given up on Igbenogamy like a lot of people, and the kid's only played a couple games. I think it's completely unfair to give up on that kid. He's a former wide receiver that converted a corner at Auburn. And he still had good moments at Auburn, but there's no way that he is a natural corner at this point. So the instincts, he's going to have to learn them, and then he's going to have to learn them at this level. College was a little slower. High school was a little slower, although in high school he was playing wide receiver. In college, he got there as a wide receiver, and then they turned him to corner. So all of a sudden now he has to learn the game, learn the nuances of the game, learn how to play like a corner, develop the instincts like a corner, but then do it at the NFL level. So that means everything must be faster. You must come to a decision a hell of a lot faster in the NFL than you do in college and than you do in, of course, high school. So all these challenges for Noah, and I see a lot of you have just given up on the kid and he's only played a couple of games. It's a joke. Patrick Surtain struggled for an entire season. And I watched it and I covered it. Jason Taylor, it took him a couple of years to become the guy. Sometimes it takes players a while. Noah Igbenogany has gotten no playing time behind 2-star corners. And he's an outside guy. He's not a slot guy. And not everybody can play slot. The guy that the Dolphins just hired, Sam Madison, exceptional corner, could not play slot. It was Surtain that they would move inside. When they had a bitch of a receiver that would play inside, sometimes they'd move Surtain. They would never move Madison. Why? Madison was not an inside corner. Surtain had the hips to play inside and outside. Because inside you get turned either way. Noah's not that guy. Noah plays on the outside. So he has to wait for his time. I think too many of you have given up on a young man that has not gotten enough of an opportunity to actually prove if he succeeds or he fails. But you all have him failing way too quickly. Way too quickly. Okay? Give him time. He might develop the edge that he needs to become that guy. Now, you know who has that edge? Marcel Louis-Jacques, baby. And our Edge Energy Drink Miami Dolphins report. That is next.
Time to get the edge on the Miami Dolphins with our Edge Energy Drink Miami Dolphins report. When you want the energy drink that's delicious and smooth with zero aftertaste, you can only order Edge Energy Drink at myedgedrink.com. That's myedgedrink.com. Here's the ESPN Dolphin insider Marcel Louis-Jacques.
Howdy, there he is. What's up, baby? How you doing?
I'm good, man. See, that's why you're the pro, baby. That's why you're the pro's pro. The segues and transitions like that, man, I'm honored to be on this stage with you.
Oh, look. Wait a minute. I am honored too, but today we're at Sloman's. We're here in Long Island, right? We're here in Hicksville, Long Island. And they brought us the man here, Alarmo, right? They gave us an Alarmo, and I've been talking about that. We've got to put alarmos on top of our roofs so we can scare away all the birds and everything else. And if you watch Alarmo in the commercials, he's intimidating, right? All of a sudden now, Alarmo has shown up here in the studios. Yes.
Alarmo.
Yes, right here in the OK Coin studios that are moving around. And Marcel, you now are sharing the stage with Alarmo.
We got celebrities abound, man. I wish Alarmo was on my mom's roof this morning. We got guys installing solar panels. That's why I'm here in the car. But he could have scared them off for at least an hour or so. Like, hey man, woo, you're messing with the vibes. Like that's illegal in a couple different states.
Think about this: 5 Alarmos in front of Tua. Now we're talking, baby. Super Bowl. We're trucking. We're running for 2,000 yards. Tua's throwing for 6,000 yards, crushing Marino's records. Everybody's going, hey, I thought they couldn't be an explosive offense. And there you go. It's all explosive right there. 5 Alarmos. That's what I challenge Chris Greer to sign 5 Alarmos. Can we duplicate you somehow? Can we clone you?
Offensive success is all in the Alarmos. That's what they always say.
5 Alarmos. Thank you, Alarmo. I appreciate you, my brother. Don't kick my ass. All right. Anyway, so there's Alarmo ready to kick ass for you. And 1-800-ALARM-ME. How about that? I like it. There you go. There you go. All right. I love it. Anyway, we are out here at Sloman's. These people are just absolutely fantastic, man. Having a great time out here at Sloman's. All right. So how you feeling, man? You feeling good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm out in California right now, helping my mom move out. Dusting off a lot of nostalgic items you see right here. I've got the high school, the Valley Christian Academy warm-up jacket. Won a lot of games in this thing. One of the top Division 7 teams in the state of California. But size doesn't matter. I gotta tell you though, man, this thing is turning me off a little bit to the idea of owning a home or being in a home. There's so much stuff here from the past 20 plus years of my life. She's moving, she's got movers without doxing her completely. She's got movers coming tomorrow to pick up boxes, and they're numbered. right? Like the boxes are numbered, everything they needed. There are 72 boxes. Oh,
I know.
There's 72.
I'm old too, bro. I'm old too.
Bro, I
I
can't
got a
do
house
it.
that's got 25 years of stuff inside of it from our two homes. So yeah, I know exactly what she's going through and everything that you collected. By the way, you just broke my heart yesterday when you posted that bottle of Pepsi or Coke or whatever the hell it is. And it's a bottle that just reminds me of San Francisco beating the Dolphins and Dan Marino, dude, in the Super Bowl. That was painful. That was painful memories you brought up there on the Twitter.
I'm not gonna lie. As soon as when I picked it up, she had this cardboard box full of bottles of drinks of various assortments. No, not a big drinker, so I see a bottle of Don Julio unopened. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and take this back to Miami with me. And then I find the one with the 7-Eleven logo on it, and I said, oh, this is cool. And I mean, I kind of started laughing. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw where exactly it was from, I had to do some quick math, and this opens up a whole different debate on why the hell the Super Bowl uses Roman numerals still. So I had to do some math about what Super Bowl that was, realized that thing is older than I am.
Oh, yeah.
By like a good 8 to 10 years, give or take.
Yeah.
When was that? That was what, 85?
85, yes.
So,
85.
So
I
7
remember
years.
it very well, sitting there very frustrated. I was a senior in high school, and it was just brutal, dude. Absolutely brutal.
That's tough.
San Francisco was complete. And this is why I laugh at the people that say, well, no, you got to be Justin Herbert. Well, we had Dan Marino, bro. I remember the guy that can throw it 100 miles an hour and 70 yards downfield and all that. But you know what happened with Dan Marino? You didn't give him a running game. You didn't give him half the right side of the line. You didn't give him a defense, and he didn't win anything either. And he put up a whole bunch of stats.
A whole mess of stats.
And when you really look at it, what you need is a team, dude. It's not about a guy that's going to play hero all the time and either save you or unfortunately bury you because he has to do too much to overcome. Go build a team. And I think that's what they're trying to do. And I hope that's what they do around Tua, because when Tua had a team around him in Alabama, he looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, one thing about Tua as well, man, he's never really been that guy who odds stacked against you, deck stacked against you, is about to just go light up a defense with his arm by himself with no other help. He's not
that's not that guy. Yeah,
he's not like a superhero type quarterback, which is fine. Most people aren't superhero type quarterbacks.
By the way, Joe
Montana
was not that. He was not a superhero in athleticism or arm, but he had some electrifying players around him. A Hall of Fame coach named Bill Walsh, one of the greatest minds to ever coach this game, an all-pro line, you know what I mean? And so he could look like Joe Cool all the time because he could make all the right decisions. But what allowed him to make all the right decisions was the foundation that was around him. And that's something that I don't believe Tua had yet last year at all.
No, and even at those days in Alabama, he had that strong running game to support him, and he's not been that kind of guy where you just say, like, he's not like Lamar where you're just like, all right, like when all else fails, he could do something insane. He'll do something insane. I think it's unfair to expect him to walk into a mess and single-handedly fix that mess. Now, I think you need pieces around him. You need a ground game. I think that's where Mike McDaniel's scheme and the staff that he's put in place, that's where I think they're going to come into play. I would expect to see an improved run game out of Miami next year. I almost demand to see a day 2 running back. Like I'm this close to demanding it. I need to watch a little more Kenneth Walker, a little more Isaiah Spiller, a little more Brissett Hall, just to make sure, who am I going to attach my wagon to? Because last year I got burned.
It could be a free agent. It could be a free agent also. It could be a guy.
Melvin Gordon, Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, Fournette. I don't like Gordon because he's too injury prone. I'm not a Gordon guy. But Fournette might be a guy that if the price is right,
I don't like the tread. I don't like the tread on Fournette's tires right now. I think he played well in an offense that was excellent. I think he played well on an offense with Tom Brady and had plenty of weapons at receivers. So, opponents couldn't just key in on the run game. But the thing about Fournette, the thing about Gordon, I'm not comfortable with guys who have been used as feature backs for multiple years and are now joining their third team. That's a lot of tread on the tires for a running back, especially for two guys who had extreme usage in college, specifically with Fournette. Even with that year, I think he took that year off. Like there's
he
that's
has
a lot of
less
usage.
wear. He has a little less wear than him. But with Gordon, I really worry about him because he has broken down a lot in his career.
Yeah, but who's not broken down?
Who?
Javonte Williams, who they took on day 2.
Yeah.
Who's looking good up in Detroit, even with injuries? DeAndre Swift, another day 2 running back. Who almost ran for 2,000 yards this year?
Who?
Jonathan Taylor, another day 2 running back. So, I would, like I said, I'm this close to balling my fist up and pounding a table for a day 2 running back. It's time. I know it's not Chris Greer's strategy, but man, where's your strategy? Where's your philosophies?
I know I disagree with you on that one. I think that was influenced by the last guy and the whole Patriot way of not really investing in running back normally. I think that's what I think you'll see them invest in a back this year, some way or another. Now, some of those backs,
since 16.
some of those backs you talked about, it would be nice to have had them, but they're not nearly as successful here where they compared to where they're at, because in those environments they have better situations than they have here, and that's where Jonathan Taylor looks fantastic, but he also has a couple of he has one lineman that might be, I don't know, top 3, top 4 in the entire NFL, and so
the Quentin Nelson is. That's a good O line, and it's a good O line in Indy. It's a very good O line in Tampa. But
hell, I want Tampa's center and left guard here in Miami. Okay,
I think that because I've been writing about this in blurbs over the past few days. I think that the most likely scenario, instead of just seeing a complete overhaul on that offensive line, I think the most likely scenario is we see one guy moved on from, maybe 2 if you include Dieter. But as I believe Mike McDaniel told Dan Levitard, that there's some talent on that offensive line. That's 4 picks when you think of Jackson, Eichenberg, Dieter, and Hunt. Those are 4 top 100 picks that the Dolphins have spent on offensive linemen. You don't just whiff on 4 guys, man. Like, the odds of whiffing on all 4 are low, and I don't care how pessimistic.
They have not whiffed on all 4, because go look at all the other picks. They're hitting on all of them pretty much, except Hunter and Iggy, because they don't play. Actually, so we don't even know if they can play or not, actually. But almost all the other picks are working out. That's why
I wrote a whole story on it.
I've said since the beginning of last year, this is the worst offensive coaching staff the Dolphins have ever had. And Pepe Le Pew was the worst offensive line coach they've ever had. That guy, it's not his fault. He just wasn't ready for this moment here. So for me, that's always been the problem. There's no way they whiffed on all the linemen. 2 to 3 of those linemen will turn out to be good. I bet you. You'll see.
Yeah, and hey, I'm gonna respect Lemuel Jean-Pierre as a fellow Haitian. I'm gonna say his name, but you're right. And I think we spoke about this the first time we ever talked. Before, what was that?
You might be the Haitian sensation, but he's not.
Whenever we talked before the Tampa game, and I think I said this exact thing, that 2 things can be true. One, as McDaniel said in his intro press conference, man, nobody is a coach until they're a coach. Nobody is an experienced line or head coach until they get that first opportunity. It's got to come at some time. Sure. But with this specific offensive line, with how young they were, with how important development and progress is at this stage of their careers, it was maybe not the best move to have a first-time offensive line coach, although he is familiar with the team. I believe he was the assistant coach last season. But I think Flores kind of ran out of options in that, you convinced somebody basically to come out of retirement, if I'm not mistaken, and you convinced somebody to come to Miami and then fired him a week in the training camp, 2 weeks in the training camp. That word spreads. This is a very small business, as far as, how people talk and how word gets around. It's hard to convince people to come when there's so much turnover on that side of the ball. But no, I don't think that we're going to see a complete overhaul on that offensive line. They got a lot of money, but they're not like, let's not forget, man, like this isn't the offensive line is not the only thing they need to spend money on. They need playmakers. They need to sign Emmanuel Ogbah. They need to talk it out with Xavier Howard. They need depth at linebacker. They need to figure out their nickel corner. Needham and Justin Coleman, both free agents this year. So like they can't afford to just empty the bag into that position. I think they get one tackle. I think they move on from Jesse Davis, and I think maybe they draft an interior lineman, and beyond that, they stick with the guys that they've invested heavy picks into to see, okay, like let's get a staff that is experienced in player development and accountability, like like Frank Smith and Tom and Mike Applebaum, excuse me, and like let's see what we can do with the guys that we've invested capital into. I think, like I said, I think that's the most likely scenario coming up here from Miami.
By the way, do you know who is the original Haitian sensation?
Lay it on me.
I'm old, so I've been doing radio for 32 years now. So I've been around for a while. All right, so do you know your culture really well, as in pro athletes from Haiti?
I believe so, but
give me some great American Haitian athletes.
Well, let's start with I believe 2012's leading receiver and Pierre Garçon.
Okay.
Man, you put me on the spot here, man. Like you're gonna get me.
Have you been a little yet since you've been here?
You're gonna get me ostracized.
I've been meaning to get to Cafe. By the way, you're going to Little Haiti much?
I've been meaning to get to Cafe Creole.
Oh, okay, you gotta go.
I went to Pierre's for some grill a couple times, and it was early on in my Miami tenure, so I couldn't tell you where it is. I just punched it in Google and grabbed it. But no, man, like being so far out west, you feel a little detached from the culture. So I'm looking forward to playing a little bit of catch up here. But I think it starts with appreciating my fellow Haitians.
My first job in radio, I worked at WLQY, which was a Haitian station. And so I produced a lot of Haitian programming in my first year. And so I didn't know Creole. So we did the hand signs and everything. So because I didn't know when they were going to the break, and I would have to tell them, okay, 30 seconds, 1 minute, break, that kind of stuff. And it was fun because Haitian people are just absolutely phenomenal, bro. They are just super hardworking, family-oriented individuals. 99% of them, of course, because there's nobody perfect in any culture. But if anybody that knows a few Haitian people, you know what the hell I'm talking about. If you've been around Miami long enough, you've obviously worked with Haitian people. So give me some other ones.
Jason Pierre Paul.
That would have been pretty good as a Haitian sensation right there, because that man has even overcome blowing up his fingers, and he still is able to play the game. That guy's got a lot of heart. That's pretty close, but he's a little older. That's why I don't think you'll ever get it. I don't think you'll ever get it. It would have to be like he plays basketball, played basketball, played for the Clippers. He played for a couple teams, but he had a lot of time with the Clippers. He's the original Haitian sensation, baby. Olden Polynice.
I did not know he was Haitian. I remember Olden Polynice very well. Didn't he play for the Blazers a little bit too?
Yeah.
Or number 0.
What are you going to say, Sean? Wait a minute. What are you going to say?
What year was that?
I want to say mid-90s. I want to say, look it up. Olden Polynice.
I gotta pass, man. I was born in 92.
You totally get a pass. I knew I was gonna get you, but since you mentioned Haitian, I wanted to remind you there, because he's, and by the way, Olden, I had him on the show too. Really cool dude. Also, if you ever get to meet him. Yes, Sean?
No, the reason I asked, because there was a wrestler who was the Haitian sensation, Tyree Pride.
Oh, really?
In the 80s in Florida Championship Wrestling, and he used to travel. They used to do the
also,
Bahamas.
He's got the original.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yes.
I was calling Olden Polynice. Me and Ed Kaplan, because Ed Kaplan and I would obviously we're one of the few that would be talking about basketball at night, and and we were Olden Polynese fans, and so yeah,
80s Championship Wrestling from Florida with Gordon Soley.
Yeah, we would cut. The cool part is, Marcel, is because we're in Miami, right? If you ever like find a Haitian athlete that's becomes famous and all that, when you try to reach out to them and you tell them you're in Miami, they're always willing to do the interview, bro. Every single time, because we're Haiti West. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're Little Havana, we're Little Haiti, we're the sixth borough. I was just telling all the guys here at Sloman's, it's like, yeah, dude, we're the sixth borough. All you guys come back down and retire over in South Florida. You know what I mean? It's funny how our community is like a piece of so many other communities. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, let's hope that, with Miami's current housing market situation, let's hope that, we don't get too priced out of Little Haiti. Let's hope that Little Havana remains as authentic as possible. It's tough out here. I see the seeing the story.
Moving west. It's all moving west, bro. It's all moving west. They're taxing all those people out, bro. Slowly but surely, everybody's been getting taxed out because they built everything from the water, and so they keep going west now. So it just keeps those neighborhoods, the taxes are going through the roof, and so people are going to have to end up moving out. That happened in Miami Beach years ago when the old people dominated Miami Beach, and they were out there with their metal detectors and everything all over the beach. And then all of a sudden, the Art Deco money started coming in clubs and all that, and boom, old people had to move out. Now you don't see a lot of old people anymore in South Beach. When I was a kid, dude, everybody there was an average age of 70 or over, bro, in Miami Beach. Now, South Beach, forget about it. Now it's all young and international.
Couldn't imagine living in South Beach. I guess unless you live and work in South Beach and you really have to leave, but like having to deal with the causeway every day would be, that would be enough to make me leave Miami. Not to mention, man, the gas is a full dollar. It's like a full dollar more expensive there, which I thought was ridiculous until I got here for the week. My God, man, let me tell you, I landed in San Jose, and the first gas station I saw, the cheapest gas was, I want to say, $5.05. Wow. Like the whatever 87 unleaded, or the lowest caliber you could get was $5.05, man. Like,
and I just saw it here in Long Island, a little over $4. The diesel one was over $4, and then the other one was like $3 something. So yeah, it's gone up there. By the way, I saw your tweet that after they hired Sam Madison, you wanted Ricky Williams as the running back coach.
I realized I missed the joke. I missed the layup. You know what I mean? Like when I said the city, I said the city might melt. The city might burn was right there, and I missed it. And that's something I'm gonna be thinking about for a while now. You got to hit your layups in this business.
Bernie and Ricky, there's things to talk about there with Ricky. Yeah.
I think it'd be cool. But in all seriousness, I love the Sam Madison hire. Tapping into the guys who mean so much to the franchise and played their position at such a high level. It's tough losing Charles Burks. It's tough losing Gerald Alexander, but to replace Burks with a guy like Sam Madison is, that's a home run. That is a home run hire.
I remember Sam's gonna bleed this. This matters to him even more than just a job and a check. You know what I mean? I mean, listen, I think sometimes we are disrespectful to players when we think that they might tank or they don't play hard or whatever. I think 98% of the players in the NFL are just like you and me, that they take pride in their job and they want to work hard. You know what I'm saying? And I think Sam Madison, while Gerald Alexander and all these guys would work hard here, but I think with Sam, it'll mean a little bit more because it's the Dolphins and he knows how it's been since he left. I'm sure he wants to be a part of it rising again and maybe even accomplish things that he wasn't able to accomplish when he was a player here. So that's the good thing about that it'll mean a lot to him being a Dolphins coach.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, I think it's a slam dunk home run hire for McDaniel, who's low-key, he's putting together a pretty quality staff. I am intrigued with what they'll be able to accomplish. I'm trying to hold out on, commenting too much and raising expectations too much until I see what personnel moves they make.
Right.
Because you could have all the coaches in the world, you still need talent, man. Talent wins out still in this league. So
although when I look at Darrell Bevel and then I look at Charlie Fry, I'm like, that's a whole world of difference of QB coach right there. You know what I mean? When I start to look at play design and I look at what I see from Mike McDaniel and I see what I saw this past year, I'm expecting. I'm demand. You know how you're almost on the brink of demanding a running back in that second or third round. Well, guess what? I'm demanding a running game. I'm demanding a better offensive line play because what was here last year was a disaster. The three stooges arguing with each other about what play to run before you hand it off to Tua every 40 seconds. Are you kidding me? You know what I mean? It just I'm kind of already from what I see, I expect a better offense from the Dolphins already.
I do expect a better offense. I'm not expecting a top 10 right now, but I expect an offense that, like, we don't all, media fans alike don't collectively groan when they take the field. You know what I mean? Like it was getting to a point where, like,
boring.
Like, okay, here we go again. All right, let's quick pass, punt. All right, let's get back on defense. Let's see what these guys are going to do. Like, let's see what kind of pressure they're going to bring. What kind of plays they're going to make in the secondary. Are they going to get a turnover? Will X score? I think, like, will X or the offense score? It was like a legitimate bet that I think some people would take. At any given game last year. Like, that's insane. That shouldn't happen. So I'm expecting at least a watchable offense, because that offense last year, it wasn't watchable, man. Like, I watched it because I get paid to do it. But, like, if I'm sitting on the couch on Sunday and the Dolphins are on offense, I'm probably going to see, okay, what's going on red zone? What's on the other game? Like, it's not it didn't have, but it also didn't have the proper weapons to do so. I mean, like, you can only throw the ball to Jalen Waddle so many times. Devontae Parker is in and out the lineup. Mike Gesicki was, his production was on and off throughout the year. No run game. So, like, I think that there are improvements to be made on this offense, and but I think that the minds at work now, they've got what it takes to turn it into a reasonable, at least a unit that can hold its own. This should still be the defense should still be the strength of this team, but this offense should be able to at least be respectable in 2022.
I'm with you there. I'm with you. I expect them to definitely make major improvements. I just think the IQ level and the experience is just superior already from what I see on paper compared to the offensive coaches that are walking out of the building and the ones walking in. So that in itself, I just think will have better results. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you saw that video that Brian Baldinger did of Mike McDaniel 2 years ago with all the different blocking schemes and all that. And he was just, praising him left and right, going, this is a really smart coach. This is 2 years ago, not now. So that's actually pretty cool. And if anybody sees that, I think that'll tell you right away. You'll go, okay, this is a completely different, system that we're about to see than what we've had here in the past.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I'm so behind on draft coverage with everything else that we've had to do in regards to covering the Dolphins. That I'm just there's a world of things I can't wait to sit at my computer and just dive and lose myself for a few days. But no, I am optimistic. Let's say I'm optimistic about what this offense will look like in 2022. I still am, and we differed a little bit when I brought this up a few weeks ago, but I am still of the mindset that Miami needs to add a high quality backup quarterback. And I spoke about this with Kevin Cole of PFF yesterday, there's a line, right? Like let's say the line is right here for backup quarterbacks. Above that line are guys who, when you bring them in, it's going to immediately incite controversy as to, okay, is he going to challenge for a starting job? And right now, that's like the Mitch Trubisky's, the Jimmy Garoppolo's. Gardner Minshew straddles it a little bit, but I still think he's below the line of the high quality backups who can go up and put up numbers for you if your starter goes down, but they're not going to challenge them for a starting job. And that's the Nick Mullins, the CJ Beathard's, the Gardner Minshews of the world. The Dolphins need a guy bottom of that line, but as close to it as possible. And that's where I'm looking at Minshew, and I'm looking at Beathard, and I'm looking at Mullins. Guys that are, we mentioned Bridgewater, we mentioned Tyrod Taylor. These are guys that are going to bring leadership to your locker room, I think. And but I don't know if either of them are necessarily going to make a bigger impact than Jacoby Brissett did last year. And optics of that looks and sounds bad, but let's call it what it is here. I just want them to have a guy where, I used this analogy yesterday, that quality backup is not to push Tua per se, but the ship's not sinking. I just want to know where the lifeboats are. I want to make sure I know, okay, what hallway do I have to get down? Have they been used this century, or have they just been sitting on the side of the boat for the past 30, 40, 50 years? There's some water that I'm feeling uncomfortable about seeping in through the hole. It's not sinking. There's no emergency here, but I want to make sure I know where I can go. So in this analogy, if the ship does start to sink next year, if Tua is for some inexplicable reason bad next year, you've got a guy who can say, okay, Tua, you might not be having it. You might not be having it. Nick, CJ, Gardner, please. Or Huntley, Tyler, come.
Okay.
Just keep us, keep the ship running, please. Keep the ship running, please. So, I don't want this to be misconstrued as I'm saying like Tua needs somebody who's going to push him for a starting job. No, but I think they need a guy who, if all else fails next year, a guy who can successfully bridge the rest of that gap until 2023, when they have 2 first-round picks and a far better quarterback class coming up.
Good stuff as always. Follow him on Twitter at Marcel_LJ. Marcel, as always, I appreciate you taking some time talking a little Miami Dolphins, my friend. We will catch you next week, man. Thank you, sir.
Definitely. I'll take it easy.
You got it, baby. There you go. You now have the edge on the Miami Dolphins with great information from Marcel Louis Jacques.
You now have the edge on the Miami Dolphins with the Edge Energy Drink Miami Dolphins Report featuring ESPN's Marcel Louis Jacques. Get the energy drink that's delicious and smooth with zero aftertaste. You can only order Edge Energy Drink at myedgedrink.com. That's myedgedrink.com.
Back, and make sure you check it out. myedgedrink.com is the website. And try it with a little alcohol, baby. Oh, yes. I did it with a little Grey Goose, maybe a little Tito's, a little rum. How about you, Sean?
I've only stayed with the
straight up.
Well, no, I drink it straight up.
Yeah, you're not an alcohol guy. So.
I double it up.
That's what you do. Yeah. Okay.
Get the hard stuff.
There
Ice cubes and all on the rocks. It's great.
I love it. So you want the edge? You get Sloman's, but you also get Edge Energy Drink. That's what it's all about, baby. Getting that edge. Come on. What are you guys doing? Dial it up. Check it out. myedgedrink.com. I'm hoping Tua will have the edge this year because he'll have an offensive line. He'll have a coaching staff. So he's going to have the edge.
Somebody
went
through our Neapolitan ice cream.
Yes.
And they said Burrow is vanilla, Herbert is chocolate. That leaves Tua as strawberry. You knew it was coming. I was waiting for it.
All right.
It did. And I think it was Finn's Faux Life that did that as well.
Well, he just said, we're now going to have the coaching staff we need, a quarterback that can get us to the playoffs, but he can't win a Super Bowl. Why? Why can't he win a Super Bowl? Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl, and he couldn't throw for 10 yards. Peyton Manning's the worst quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. Ever. That guy's arm couldn't hit the wall over here in the conference room here at Sloman's. And he won a Super Bowl. I mean, it's about the most ignorant thing to say that Tua can't win a Super Bowl. You can't win a Super Bowl if you don't have a team. That's why Marino didn't win a Super Bowl, sir.
And that's why Matt Stafford just won a Super Bowl.
Yes, exactly. You end up in Detroit, you don't win a Super Bowl. You end up with the Rams and Sean McVay, you win a Super Bowl. That's the problem with some of you out there. You keep worrying about talent, and you think because the kid doesn't throw 100 miles an hour or can throw it out of the stadium, he can't win a championship. When lesser quarterbacks have won a title over Tua. Lesser quarterbacks. So it's not about Tua, it's about the team. That's why Marino didn't win, because there wasn't a team. And we could talk about him bailing us out of this game and that game, but he couldn't bail you out of an entire season, and he couldn't overcome the San Francisco 49ers, who were way more talented than his team. And that's the difference. Too many of you just are completely lost on what the concept is of a quarterback and what he is supposed to do out on the field. Some of you think, it's almost like some of you think that quarterbacks win Super Bowls all the time with no talent on the field, with crappy coaching and no talent. Well, no, here's this quarterback. He won a Super Bowl. They had no offensive line, no running game, and no defense. How many of those have happened? I must have missed it, because I'm 55, and I don't remember a lot of those Super Bowls even happening. And when you're lucky enough to just get there and you have some glaring hole, like an offensive line, you lose like the Bengals and the Chiefs. Yeah, I didn't forget the Chiefs last year because Mahomes got his ass kicked. So if Mahomes never has a line, he keeps getting his ass kicked, is it his fault? I watched Tua get pressured handing the ball off. Are you kidding me? How do you get pressure by handing the ball off? There's too many folks that just don't understand the quarterback position. Is Tua the most gifted quarterback? No, of course not. But is he good enough to win a title? Hell yeah, he can win a title. But you got to put a team around the guy. Hunter Butler, thank you. He says, we need more segments with Sean. He's a funny dude. Well, it's up to Sean now if he wants to, create a weekly wrestling show now. I mean, I don't know. It's up to him,
It's on, brother.
There you go. There you go. Give me a little bit of that, what's that, them sticks, them beef jerkies. What's them? Give me the Slim Jim. Yeah. Give me them Slim Jims. There you go. He's no longer with us, right?
No, he's not. Nope, Macho Man.
Yeah, he passed away.
Yes.
I don't know too much about wrestling, but once in a while I'll get something right. Heck, Burrow is a better QB than Stafford, but only one of them has a Super Bowl ring. The winning QB had a better team. The game is won and lost in the trenches. Amen, Mr. Spock. Thank you for understanding the damn game of football. And by the way, I'll take Joe Burrow over Matt Stafford every day of the week and twice on Sundays. That's a great point right there, Mr. Spock. That's a fantastic point. Joe Burrow's a badass. And he's pretty close to blowing his knee out twice as a badass. Speaking of badass. Okay, I just want you to remember that. Badass. Is Jamar Chase a badass?
Yeah, he's pretty badass.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. You might be talking about one thing. I might be talking about another.
No. Don't flip this.
Amber Nicole, an IG model, okay, said Jamar Chase is not washing his ass after practice and is being a dirty person in real life. So Bengals rookie Jamar Chase hasn't even played one snap in the NFL yet, but he's allegedly gotten a girl pregnant. All right.
What? Say it again?
Yeah, I know. That part didn't make any sense.
Okay.
Instagram model, possibly former girlfriend Amber Nicole, took to IG to expose Chase, claiming he screws anything that walks, and went on to say he doesn't wash properly.
It's scorned.
She says trash AF, will F anything that walks, doesn't even wash his ass. This man's whole life is cap AF. Don't believe the hype. This man is really dirty in life.
Dirty Bengal.
So he's a badass.
Dirty cat.
He's a badass.
Dirty ass.
Badass. On her Instagram story via All Sports Culture, she claims the Chase put her hands on her while she was pregnant, called him a P word, and a pic of him. So all this happened before he played. And then all the dirt is coming out now.
What happens though? You don't mess with IG models. Where are athletes going to figure this out?
He is a hell of a player. But that right there, that has to
maybe
be,
that's why nobody wants to tackle him.
That has to be, yeah. Whoa, that's
Doesn't
right.
There it is.
There it is. There it is. Maybe that's how he gets separation. Once he gets in front of you, you got that bad draft, and it's over.
That's why you
kind of got to move away.
Leaves
move
everybody
aside.
behind.
That's Jamar Chase. That's not a good story to have, floating around. I'm just saying.
It's kind of crappy.
Yeah, it is kind of crappy. It is a stinky story. I will say that. I will agree with you on that one. Jim Harbaugh, did you see he signed the new deal? Through 2026.
Wish they would have just fired him on the spot.
If I'm Michigan, I would have been really pissed at him.
I would have let him come back, done a press conference,
and then fire him?
And then fired him right there. It's been like, hey.
Like you went.
Thank you for all your contributions.
You don't go find the NFL job the second you got eliminated. No, you wait weeks later until the week of recruiting when you say, "Oh, wait a minute, let me go check out a job in Minnesota," and then Minnesota doesn't want you, so then Michigan, will you take me? I got to tell you, man, that is one quirky dude. There's a couple things now, right? In the last two stories. Did you really want Jim Harbaugh? Because I did not. Okay. Jordan, did you want Jim Harbaugh? No. You just want a winner. Okay. I want a winner too, but I don't know if Jim Harbaugh can deliver a winner. I'm not convinced of that. And now Jamar Chase, you hear that story. Some people say you shouldn't have made all those trades where you got an extra first-round pick out of it, by the way. Because that's the part they kind of leave out. Well, they moved up and they moved down, and they got an extra first-round pick out of it, but whatever. But anyway, because a lot of people will tell you, no, I don't. Well, wait a minute. Waddle's not the guy. Chase is the guy. And I'm a Chase guy. But does this make you a little more nervous if you're the Bengals and Chase has all this drama on the side? I got to tell you, it would make me a little nervous with these guys with these crazy IG models. Like, at least the Tyler Hero one, there's no drama. They got together. They got married. They had a baby. That's it. We don't hear anything else. There's no fighting. There's nothing. She's not talking about him having a dirty ass. There's nothing.
It's Tyler Hero.
No, but what I'm saying is it's not a regular athlete IG soap opera relationship. Like so many of these are, that these women are just kind of, hey, get me prego so I can, bother your ass for 18 years for money. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I just feel like Tyler Hero's that guy where she looks at him and goes, "You sit there," and he goes, "Okay."
Have you seen her?
Yeah.
She can tell me to sit wherever she wants.
I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying.
I wouldn't either, but I'm just saying I think there's might be a little bit of a difference there.
This goes back to our conversation about Halle Berry and the guy said, "Well, everybody gets tired." Well, let me just get tired. Let me enjoy myself. I want to get tired, okay, of being with that beautiful woman all the time. Yes, let me experience it myself. Oh man, all right. Give to a top 15 running back besides him, and let's see what he can do. I agree. I'm 1,000% with all of you out there on that one.
We need to give him a top 15 line first before we give him a top 15 running back.
That would be nice.
Because we throw a top 15 running back behind this line, it doesn't matter. He won't be top 15.
It's a great point you bring up because if you get him a top 10 line, you'll have a top 15 running game easy. That's all.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Doesn't matter who's back there. If you have a line, you'll run the ball. And if you have a star, then obviously you'll dominate with the ground. All right, let's thank Ira Winderman, as always. Alan Poupart, Marcel Louis-Jacques for joining us. And, of course, all the great people out here at Sloman's. Jordan is out here by my side. We're going to be back here tomorrow. Alarmo will be back with us, of course. We'll be out here one more day. Remember, tomorrow night, we're going to be at Slattery's here in New York City, the Miami Dolphins bar. So we're going to meet a bunch of you out there at 8 o'clock on Friday, tomorrow night. So if you happen to be anywhere in the area and you can catch a train, a plane, a car, whatever it is, you name it, walk, I don't know, bike rides, skateboard, I don't know, maybe skiing, maybe, there's a little snow. No, not anymore. It's all dried out.
No, there's some snow on the ground when I open up the...
Okay, so there you go. What little snow is left, ski your ass over to Slattery's, however you can get there. Hitchhike.
No, don't hitchhike.
Don't
listen to.
Don't do that. Dexter might pick you up, and that's just not a good thing if that happens. So, chill out. No hitchhiking. Relax. We'll see you another time. No, but seriously, tomorrow, Slattery's 8 p.m. We'll be back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. rocking and rolling. Same time, same place, same bat channel on the OK Coin Studios. Have a good one.
This is the Big O Show.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
It's the Big O Show. Judge, you tuned in to the